I got to change my name.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is the Silver Weaver Games Company, and we are once again back in session with our Doctor Who verse game. No copyright infringement intended, BBC. Hey, look at it this way. We're encouraging people to watch the show, because the show is awesome.
Yes, it has been. I very much liked the Christmas episode, by the way, BBC. I was very impressed.
Players are Mr. Cowboy and my lovely wife, and we are about to get started here. Through these first, well, now 9, because we had a fill-in session while you were away. You need to listen to as soon as I get that up. In these first 9 sessions, I've discovered some things at the end that I feel need to be improved. Namely, we're going to end up going to just a D20 for everything pretty soon. And we're going to get to work here on the fantasy game version pretty soon. I have multiple settings I want to run by you. But, recap. You guys were outside Stonehenge in the TARDIS. And the Doctor was like, okay, this is how this is going to go down. I need you guys to investigate Stonehenge, and if you run into a Centurion or another me, run.
What?
I can't leave the TARDIS on this one. I'm here right now. Problem in the wibbly-wobbly space-time continuum. If I show up here and I meet a past me right now, it could be bad.
Wait a minute, haven't you met your past you before?
Yes, but not at a fixed point in time like this. Stonehenge is a fixed point in time. It's very unique in that the whole geographic location is a fixed point in time, and now we know why. There's alien technology hidden in those stones, which is why we have all this Le Morte Arthur stuff going on.
Doesn't this thing predate Arthur?
Yes.
Okay, because I watch the History Channel as much as anyone.
And then you hear the trumpets.
Oh dear.
The Doctor hits the wall, boom, and you look, and like 2 miles to the north, there's an army marching this way, and about 4 to 5 miles to the south, there's an army marching up. And at the army from the south coming north, you see the Pendragon banner. Okay. The Doctor quickly goes to the TARDIS and starts a research roll. What does everybody else do?
Having flashbacks of getting stabbed.
I don't know. Watching?
Hey, come on, it's the first time I've ever died.
So you're watching the screens?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm having a blue screen of death moment.
The guys coming from the north, they look very Germanic. You don't see like any heavy armor. You see lots of big round shields, spears. And for some reason, you're sure you're hallucinating. You're sure this has to be an effect of alien technology, but there's some kind of weird flying dragon-like thing with them, and there's something riding on its back.
Oh dear. She wouldn't necessarily think she was hallucinating. She'd just think the Doctor did something again.
It looks sort of like the dragons you met in the prehistoric era.
Oh, so somebody got one of those as a pet. Okay. Lovely.
Knew I should have smashed more eggs.
Made more omelets.
Okay, what are you doing while the Doctor's doing a check and she's watching the screens?
I'm wondering, A, why the Germans are coming from the north and not the south, because my History Channel knowledge tells me that should be the other way around. And second, wondering why I didn't smash more eggs when I was in the Mesozoic, because there's a fucking dragon flying there. Third thought is, do I have my biggest gun with me? Because I want this head on my wall. Third, now I know why chicks wear bras.
The Doctor goes, right, well, according to this, we have apparently multiple stories going on. He turns the thing around and you see the once and future king. You see Le Morte Arthur. Then over here on the end, you see, of all things, an animation. King Arthur and the Knights of Justice.
What?
And this scene on the animation looks exactly like what you're looking at.
Yes, okay, now that I've done my face palm.
Oh dear.
So apparently there's something in the stones that's making fantasies actually take material form. My guess is some kind of modified holographic interactive display unit. A HIDU.
What?
A HIDU. Holographic interactive display unit. It creates holograms with substance and smell. You can actually touch them and move them around.
You could have come up with a better acronym.
Well, I'm not going to call it a holodeck. That's just lame.
Not to mention, usually fails and breaks down and kills people.
And copyrighted.
Yeah.
So obviously, all of this island is under the effects of a massive HIDU, and it's coming from those stones. Somebody has to go do something about it. And I'm stuck here, so it's up to you two.
Well, first, I'm going to talk to the TARDIS and get myself a change of clothes.
The female voice of the TARDIS comes online. What can I get you, honey?
Bra, underwear. Thank God it's not that time of the month.
You had to make a minstrel joke.
No, I'm serious. I am damn glad it's not that time of the month. I really do not want to deal with that on top of everything else going on.
All right. So you hear, well, I think I have some more
I think
jokes
the
left.
lady with me would agree on that.
Let's see, you are, and you see a little beam coming out of the roof, takes your measurements. Well, sad to say, Tegan's clothes won't fit you. You're too busty. Amy's clothes won't fit you. You're too wide in the shoulder and hip. The only clothes I have that'll fit you, sorry, Sarah Jane's won't fit either, is, ironically, and the Rose Taylor stuff comes out for like the legs and the leggings, and for the upper body, Nissa.
Well,
Wardrobe rack scale back. Pick and choose, dear.
well,
Might recommend, since it's an autumn battle,
Oh God.
nice earth tone colors with chainmail.
I'm not butch, but I'm not that butch, okay? I'm not butch enough for that. Okay. Let's just get me a bra and I'll worry about the rest of the shit later.
All right.
Yeah, I figured it being busty was going to be a problem.
Now that all those jokes are out of the way, so you dress your character while she's dressing, and the doctor is pointedly looking at the screen while she's dressing. What are you doing?
Watching the screen.
Crap, I'll have to remember that too. I'm a guy, I'm not used to worrying about that.
You look, the doctor's actually mildly blushing. You can see his head start to move, and he brings his head back down to the screen.
When he does that again, she elbows him.
Oof! He takes oof. He whispers to you, well, it's not my fault. It's kind of a morbid kind of curiosity, you know? It's like watching a train wreck. You just can't look away. I mean, I've never had this happen to me before, so I'm mildly fascinated.
Do I need to remind you? She has a gun.
Righto. So,
Yes. I'm a chick with a gun. And when that time of the month comes around, that's going to be
okay,
the
can we
cheese.
get away from the feminine body jokes, please? That's not something that appears in the Doctor Who verse.
Unless you're Donna.
What episode are you talking about? I don't remember this.
They occasionally commented on it because of her personality traits.
Oh, okay. All right, so the armies being on foot are going to take, let's see, covering a few miles. They're going to take the better part of 3 or 4 hours before they all line up, make their shield walls, make their camps, and get ready to pitch battle at one another. You got some time to start investigating. What do
Not
you
to
do?
mention they got to do the chest beating and the challenging and all that good shit.
Yeah, definitely. You know, go over and start the investigation.
Doctor goes, here's your hollow cubes. Relax, I fixed them.
So I'm not gonna look like a nun this time.
He kind of pointedly scratches his ear and looks away. I'm sure you'll look nothing like a nun.
Yes, and you're bitching at me about the jokes.
What'd you get me programmed for?
Well, it's still Morgan. At this time period in the stories, Morgan's no longer a nun. Morgan's something else.
Oh, good grief. I look like,
A washed up hag.
No, not at this point in the battle. Arthur's still young.
Oh, that's a good point.
These are the first Saxon battles.
Oh,
Arthur's
that's right.
barely more than 19.
That's right, yeah. No, it's okay. Morgan looks like a slut.
that's what I was supposed to say.
But a medieval slattern, so everything is laced up nice and tight and fully covered, including the ankles. Thank you very much.
Very tight.
Canine. Yes, master. He puts a hollow cube on Canine. So the Canine looks like a big buff warrior. You're her guard. Yes, master.
Yes.
Oh, I need a guard now.
Yes, you're a woman. You would have a big buff guard.
And you? Well,
I have a gun.
he hands you the hollow cube and goes, it was programmed to be a knight, and, well, there are no female knights in Arthur's Anglo kingdom, so it has to make you look like you're from somewhere else. He clicks it on. Zoom. You look very Pictish.
Great, I'm blue.
Red wild hair. Not as bad as Merida from Brave, but red wild hair. Blue paint. Leather and chainmail.
At least it's not a bikini.
It has that setting. I mean, yes, it's not a bikini, of course. Please go take your sonic screwdriver and do your thing. I'll be here correlating data.
Yes, curse Anton Fuqua.
The doctor rolls a 36. The doctor rolls a 36 on his dice. His other stuff goes. Goes, ah. K9, I'm going to establish a computer link with you. Yes, master. You see a holographic display suddenly appear in front of K9 for a second. You see a map. You see Stonehenge. You see the armies. And the doctor, because he rolls so high on his roll, traces out a path to investigate that should keep you out of danger.
Should.
And remember, avoid any Roman centurions.
In other words...
Exactly why did you piss off the Roman centurion?
It's a long story, but you don't have time to. We only have now 3 hours, 50 minutes. Hustle.
Okay, let's go hustle. And be prepared for danger.
Of course.
Because if they say there's no danger, we're running to at least 3 Daleks.
Give me observation rolls.
That would require dice.
Yes, dice would be good.
There we go.
Oh, come on, I know I got a D20 in here somewhere. Yeah, guess what? There is such a thing as too many die.
Would know what you mean.
23.
Nicely done.
24.
23 and 24. Nicely done. Okay, so you both step out, and as you're walking on the stones, you have the disconcerting feeling that you are being followed.
Lovely.
K9 is oblivious, but he notes, Masters, there is an odd flux in the electromagnetic spectrum. There appears to be a slight shift in light, sound waves, and air pressures.
Oh.
Okay. And put all into one spot and analyze. What does that mean?
You're from a slightly higher future than she is.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make me a alien tech roll. Difficulty 10.
Sonic screwdriver.
14.
14 will net you a success. Those are the basic side effects of something using a cloaking field.
Ah. I had suspicions in that regard, but I don't know enough about the technology to leap to that. So,
There are other things that can cause those effects, but that is the most common occurrence. Sonic screwdriver roll.
$18.
18
Cool.
will net you a
very good.
success. The readings are coming behind you, fluctuating between 50 and 60 meters. One reading.
Okay, so it's not multiples, which is good.
That means we outnumber whatever is invisible that could possibly kill us without us even seeing it coming.
Yeah. Oh, crap.
So what do you guys do?
What do you want to do? My initial reaction is to shoot it, so I'm leaving up to you to be the brains of the operation.
I don't know. I could try maybe shortening it off.
Try shutting down the field.
Yeah.
Give me another sonic screwdriver roll. While she's using her sonic screwdriver, try to shut down a device. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to casually bend down and gather up some of that chalky dust that this plane is known for.
Ick. I only got a 9.
Your screwdriver actually shuts off.
Wait. That's never happened before. That's not right.
You got to change the batteries?
I don't think it has batteries.
Well, there's a joke in here somewhere, but I'm going to avoid that.
Matthew, have your character give me another observation roll.
Try turning it back on.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you could do. Something with batteries.
Give me another observation roll, please.
Oh, not too good. Alrighty. 16.
Okay.
Not as good as I hoped for.
I need a body roll from you. The resistance value here is 15. You roll a die 20 and add your body bonus.
23.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
Rolled a 19 and it's a +4, so.
You have a critical success.
Not to mention I have various.
Holy cow. Okay, so this thing that normally in the show is very deadly, Tommy once again manages to resist with barely a blink.
That's not even the +8 I add to it, so.
You're sitting there and you hear something whispering. And you hear it whisper, leaves of wind, leaves of sand, leaves begin and lives end. Iceland, blah, 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 blah. I didn't have time to make this up. But you hear something poetic. Almost sounds like a nursery rhyme. And suddenly something's in your throat. And you cough and out come rose petals. And you back up in time that the effect goes off like right in front of you. And a swirly of rose petals appears. Whoosh! And then dies down.
What was that?
Haven't a fucking clue.
The doctor says, fairies.
Well, are you serious?
Yes, fairies aren't the nice, cute little Victorian things. They're man-sized, semi-herbaceous beings that really don't like humans, but really love human children, and they can change other species into them.
Oh, lovely.
They can make themselves invisible. They bend electromagnetic spectrums.
Oh, so that would explain things. Hey, do you know how to turn the screwdriver back on?
My guess is that she shorted it out.
Oh. It's not gonna work then.
Not until we get a chance to fix it. No.
Oh, great.
Initiatives. Now the fairy has lost its surprise attack. These things appeared in an episode of Torchwood.
Ah, okay. Ah, crap.
The episode's very creepy because the Torchwood team does not win it.
I know.
That's one of the things I liked about that show. They only won about half the time. Okay, initiative. There you are.
3.
Ah, damn it, lost my die. $11.
You have an 11 initiative? Holy cow. Sweetie?
Told you 3.
Oh, 3. Okay, so one of the fairies goes first, then Thomas goes, then the other fairy goes, then you go. One of the fairies suddenly appears in front of you, and you have this tall, she's about 5 feet tall, vaguely female being. It has wings like a dragonfly, 4 of them, on a little nub that sticks off its back.
Oh.
So not actually in her back, there's a module off her back that's raised, kind of like a trunk, with a knob of flesh all the wings are hooked into. She has a long needle-like nose, claw-like hands, and sharp teeth. She appears right in front of you. I need a fear check, because she just made herself visible. It's like, whoa!
What would that be? Will or something?
That's a willpower.
Straight up will or?
Yes.
Okay. 16.
You are not scared and can still act. That was her first action to try to intimidate you.
Oh. Okay.
Matt goes.
Okay, I got a 25.
To do what?
Fear check.
You're not afraid. You're not one trying to be intimidated.
Oh, okay. Well, gotta remember all these damn ward things you gave me, so it's like I got. I really don't freak out much at anything.
Well,
Besides,
that's not my thing.
T-Rex, this.
It's your action now. This being's right in front of her with these sharp claws and teeth. Looks like it's about to attack her. You pull out the gun and shoot it. Of course. You pull out the gun. Roll.
Got fast draw, so.
So it does take an action to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a shot.
Let's see. 17 plus. Where's my shooting? Oh, it's all the way down here. Isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Freaking eyes. Yes, I've gotten to where I need them now. Okay, here we are. 16 plus 8 plus 4. So 18 plus...
So 16 plus 12, you have a 28.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Did I do that right? Yeah, you have a 28. You go, and nothing happens. You hear a click,
Oh.
and you hear a fizzle, and the gun goes, and the bullet just kind of falls out.
Lovely.
You didn't say what gun you're using. Assume you're using a projectile weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. So the gun goes, and fizzles out. The round just hits the ground.
Well, that was a waste of depleted uranium.
All right. Second fairy's action. Second fairy, something appears in front of you and it goes like that. And I need you to make a balance check against its wind attack. Oh! It has a 28 to try to blow you off your feet. This is a general athletics roll.
Okay, not gonna happen.
What do you got?
Where is my athletics? Okay, well, what am I actually rolling for?
You're rolling, this would be your strength and your athletics level against a 28, because that's her action to try to blow you over.
It's really funny, but I don't think I have athletics.
You can use your running instead.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's see, +4, +2, so that's +6. I only got a 19, so it ain't gonna happen.
19, so the difference, 28 minus 19 is a difference of 11.
Mm-hmm.
She has a heroic success. She slams your character so hard, she blows you about 15 feet away from her into one of the stones. Which means it's one of the rare times this actually inflicts some damage. You take 6 points of damage. Ba-dum-boom. It's all like bruised brunt. Nothing's really broken or anything. What does that put you at in your wound track? Scratch bruise?
Oh yeah, not even close.
That's what I thought. So, but it's kind of startling because it's like, whoa, it just blew me away, literally. Then, it's Ruth's initiative.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah, she saw Thomas go flying, and
I gotta change that name.
yeah, and she's got one right in her face. It looks like it's about to take a bite out.
Holy cow.
Um,
That's the third natural 20 I've rolled tonight so far. I'm on a roll.
So, and her screwdriver isn't working. She doesn't know if she can necessarily punch these things.
Why not?
Well, let's consider her track record with, unarmed combat.
Well, instead of trying to punch it out, kick it between the legs. Works on a woman too.
True.
I don't know where Hollywood got that myth from that it doesn't work, but it does.
Yeah, I know it does. I've had it happen a few times, and it's definitely not pleasant. Well, I don't know if she would necessarily kick it or
Kathy!
if she would try to bolt.
Out of the dice bag.
She's deciding to lay on top of said dice
Looks like
bag.
she's trying to stick her head, stuff her head into it at first. Yeah, she's a very cuddly cat today. All right, so you're gonna hit this thing.
Let's see. She's got 2 actions, so she'd be able to hit it and then bolt, or
If you'd like to spend a luck point, I'll let you take 2 actions like that in succession. Or if you score high enough on the kick, I'll let you take 2 actions in succession. But normally you go 1 action at a time.
okay. I guess you'd probably. Well, then again, I don't know. She's not really a physical person. That's the problem.
Well, at this point in time, what choice do you have?
Yeah. Okay, she'll try to kick it between the legs.
Okay, so it's not a normal kick attack. We're actually aiming this
Can I
sucker
just
for a
kick
vital
then?
point.
I'll just kick then, because I don't trust her ability
Well, let me
to
tell
kick
you
it
what your
between
totals
legs.
are, okay? She's not really resisting because she doesn't expect the attack and she's already acted. So the RV to hit her normally would be a 10. To produce the kind of effect you're wanting, the dramatic effect would be 3 steps, which means you can get a 13 total or better to hit her. Sorry, not 13, a 23 total or better to hit her because it's plus 13, so start at 3. So your dex is a what? Your bonus is a...
Dex? Do you mean agility?
Yeah, agility.
I have no bonus for agility.
What's your unarmed combat skill?
It's a 1 at the level. Which means I have no bonus, which is why I'm like, okay, I probably shouldn't call a direct shot like that.
So you're just going to kick her?
Just
That's what I
kick
would
her?
do then. So you just try to kick her.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to. Yeah, that wasn't a very good
I see your
roll.
character actually like pulling up her dress and pushing with her foot.
Would she necessarily be wearing, though, with the holocaust? I don't think
That's
she's
what the
wearing
hologram would look like though.
it. Yeah. But she doesn't.
Boom! So it's what the audience sees.
Oh, okay. So I'm not adding anything though, am I?
Oh my god. Matt.
Did you roll a freaking 20 again?
Yes, he did.
I should have bolted.
Alright, so you kick her.
Where?
Boom! You feel something that feels for all the world like muddy earth beneath your foot as you kick this thing.
Okay.
You do inflict damage, but then you feel the body kind of like cinch around your foot and hold on.
Oh, nice. I should have run. I'm gonna do that next.
Roll a die 6 for damage.
6.
And your strength bonus.
I have none.
You kick it so hard that you see it kind of like flutter. That hurt. But it doesn't appear to be too badly shaken. Then K9 goes. Careful, mistress. And it steps in and it goes zzz with its hand, the electroshock things the body has.
Yep.
And it manages to produce a hit. It inflicts a further 5 points of damage, and the thing lets you go. Your foot comes out with a slurp.
Yay!
And it hits the ground. And when it hits the ground, the whole body kind of like shrevels. And you see the top part of the body crawling away, so like a zombie, and dig itself into the earth and disappear.
Taser.
Apparently.
Fry, fucker.
And Kadon goes, that was a full charge, and I barely got anything out. The electromagnetic forces here are very much weakened. Your go. She's doing the next action and the next initiative.
I'm gonna taser the bitch.
So 1 action to grab the taser.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you put the taser out. How many actions do you have left?
I got quick draws.
Oh, that's right, you quick draw. The taser comes out, and you just fire at her?
Yeah.
Okay, she tries to dodge.
Let's see.
What do you got?
18 plus. Oh, there we go. Let's see. 18 plus 8 plus 4.
18 plus 8 makes 26, plus 4 makes 30.
I rolled better this time.
You succeed by 7, you have a critical success.
Okay. What does the taser do?
The taser actually gives me a roll I have to make for her to keep from being conscious.
So all I got is taser here. I didn't have anything
Right.
next to it.
Right, I know. And she fails the check. You see her go, and she hits the ground, and she's not moving. She's apparently stunned.
Keep it on.
So, that's going to win you some
What's
friends.
the range on this thing? Because that's what I need.
Taser mainly has a range of about 20 feet, if I remember correctly. Not
20,
more
30
than
feet,
that.
yeah.
The wires don't go
Sounds-
so far.
Yeah, it sounds 20 feet sounds good.
All right.
I've seen some over 30 feet, but I
So
don't
now
think
the
I'd have
fairies
it.
are out of any action because one's crawling its way back into the earth, the other one's doing the funky chicken as Tommy keeps tasing it. What's your character doing?
Damn it! Why'd you have to sort out now?
You're cursing at the sonic screwdriver. The camera flashes back
We're
to the
having
doc.
performance issues, aren't we?
The camera flashes back to the doctor, who's got his head in hand, going, "Typical Gaelic reaction to any device not functioning correctly. Oh my, let's yell at it. Give it a good kick while you're at it. That'll surely make it function according to factory specs."
She's having performance issues with her phallic object. I mean, that's just...
So now we have fairies. K9, I'm sending you a brief upgrade. This should help. Understood, master? And he goes and he adjusts your holocubes, and you hear a light hum around your characters now.
Oh, good God. I just thought my character said sex change in his first battles with fairies.
Her first battle.
Exactly.
And while we're on the topic, the doctor then says, and the good news is, in addition to your sonic screwdriver now being able to function properly, Thomas's hand cannon should be able to function correctly as well.
Oh, good.
Speaking of which, what are we doing about your name? Tamantha? Tommy?
We'll discuss it later.
I rather like Tamantha. It has a nice ring to it. Tamantha. What do you think?
I'm not getting involved in this conversation.
Doctor, I have a gun.
I can tar this away.
And you want to leave me here after what I did in the Mesozoic?
I'll make sure to avoid you.
No, you're not kidding. You want to leave me here?
You're right. I don't have that kind of luck. All right, so now you know you have fairies out there. Please be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Tick-tock on the clock.
This is fun.
Might I recommend stopping shocking her and actually discussing with her what they're doing here?
Oh, you mean negotiation?
I believe the exact word is interrogation.
Oh, I am interrogating.
You hear him cover his hand over the mic. Typical American. Mistakes torture for interrogation. I blame George Bush. Okay.
Interrogation, torture, semantics.
Hey, you!
This is at you.
Do that again, because this is working now.
It doing here? What do you want?
He just kind of looks at you and says, yeah. They don't really speak English.
Okay,
They
then how
kind
am I
of
supposed to-
telepathic. One of you's going to have to touch it.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, you've got the gun.
Either-
Psychically, you're better endowed than I am.
You've got the gun, which means that if, something happens...
Oh,
you
don't
can
worry, I'll
shoot
pull
it,
its brains
so-
out, yeah.
Yeah. You bite my finger and I will jam this through your nose. You got that?
Actually, I'll jam this up your nose.
Thomas,
Mm?
the stones in this area have some very unique properties. See if you can find one that has a hole through the middle. It'll create an electromagnetic resonator, and you can see these things through the hole.
Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought you wanted it for something else.
While he's searching, while he's looking around, holding on, you touch her.
Yeah.
Psychic connection. She's trying to resist. Oh my God.
She
Wanna
did it
look at
again, huh?
I rolled a 21 die, a 12, and the other plus her bonuses. She has a total of 42 to try to keep you out. She's like, no!
This bitch is very well endowed.
that's a 3 on the die, so...
Yeah, you get static. Both you make observation rolls. Since you're both currently engaged with something else, is at a -5.
Damn! Not bad, but not as good as I hoped for.
12.
15.
Okay. So it's still sitting there, trying to keep you out.
Oh, I don't want to hurt you, you stupid little piece of shite. Yee.
Roll again. Okay, this time she didn't roll as good.
Good. Not bad. Again, I wonder if this thing was friggin'
You had to land on the 2. You were teetering on the 20, but you had to land on the 2.
And once again, she keeps you out.
I'm retiring this dice and getting another one.
Doctor goes, is there an issue?
Oh, hey, she's just being, a pain.
I'm not touching that one now.
Roll another observation.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that was good.
I'm still -5?
Yeah, because you're occupied in something else.
19.
22.
You both hear the wind. It has changed directions. It's
that-
now blowing away from you. The wind's blowing away from you. What does that mean also is going away from you? Sounds are harder to hear because the wind carries them.
Mm-hmm.
Scents are harder to hear. So they're starting to mess with you. Probably it's one of the other fairies hanging around.
Sonic screwdriver.
All right, so you turn and start sonic screwdrivering. What do you do? Take a hostage?
Oh, I already got a hostage.
Okay, so you've got the taser in one hand, the gun in the other.
Mm-hmm.
What is she doing? Is she looking still at the fairy or is she scanning around?
Scanning around.
Okay, you give me an observation. Yours is set. You give me an observation. Yours is still negative because you're trying to take a sensor reading at the same time. The sensor reading gets a full check.
Okay.
Your observation's at a -5.
Well, let me...
Only a 15 this time.
15. Okay.
19...
Oh, you luck out.
25 for the screwdriver.
Hope you did better than
Yeah.
me.
13.
You did. Actually, yeah, you rolled pretty damn high.
Okay,
actually.
screwdriver, multiple electromagnetic fluctuations coming this way.
Oh, lovely.
3 or 4 of them like within 50 feet and closing at a very rapid pace.
We got like 3
Is there any
or
way
4
we
of
can
them.
see them before they actually get close enough to hurt us?
That's why the doctor was trying to find you one of those stones. So that's your first thing. But you both actually hear the footsteps as they land on the ground. The reason why they're doing the wind thing is to keep you from hearing their wings as they were
Wait
flying.
a minute, they're landing on the ground.
You actually hear them touch down.
Yeah. My point is that, again, dusty plain.
Right. Which is why I gave
Where's
you the
the puff
observation
of
rolls.
dust?
Which is why I gave you the observation rolls.
Mm-hmm.
You hear them touch down, and since you hear them touch down, you have a rough idea where they are. You can actually fight them. They're about 15 feet away and trying to stealth close to you now. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, let's say each step they take.
There's
down.
others about 100 feet away and closing very rapidly. They're probably still in flight.
Oh, there's like 3 or 4 coming in. There's even more on their way.
Altogether, you have about 10 readings.
About 10. And there's 2 of us.
No,
And K9.
there's 3 of us.
Well, I forgot about K9.
No,
So what do you guys do?
she bit you.
Well, how am I supposed to get her to help out?
Try again.
It's not my fault that she's being a little brat.
Because I don't want to have to kill too many of these things.
Your initiatives?
Are we doing that with a 6?
D6 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to make the change in the fantasy round.
Oh, nice. 8.
8.
6.
Okay. One of the fairies acts first. Seeing that two of you are aware, she does something to stop her sister, and you need to make a body check. Because you hear something sing-song in your head, something like, double, double, toil and trouble, flowers
Cheer.
bloom in cauldron, vomit, something
She has
sing-songy, lullaby-ly.
no body bonus, just so you know. 8.
Ooh!
Yeah.
You start vomiting petals. It is only a partial failure, however, so it won't be the full damage.
Oh, good, because she doesn't have a lot in the way of.
You take 4 points of damage as you start choking on vomiting rose petals. The other
I
one?
forgot what the power damage is.
Oh, not a problem.
So, I don't even know how much she has or anything.
You're at a light wound right now.
Okay.
So your character's kind of panicking. She's not just scratched, bruised up like Thomas is right now. She's actually hurt. It's all in your character's throat. You go next.
She's not telling her mother about this.
Again, I have a wonderful idea in my head, but I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I am severely torn between shooting the hostage and a limb and letting them know that I'm not playing around, or shooting one of them attacking her. Considering we need her cooperation at some point, I'm going to shoot one of them.
Okay. The target attempts to dodge.
And I'm going to try and use
Wow.
my cunning advantage to try and figure out which one is which.
Okay, you can get a rough estimation from the way the footprints are.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's closer? Makes sense. That'd probably be the one doing the spell. Because you had anything else to call the ability.
Okay.
And she's vomiting rose petals. That's nothing scientific there. That's just straight up fantasy.
Okay.
What do you got?
12 plus... I really need to get this thing. I need to really get all my gun stuff at the front. Okay. I should have had these things in alphabetical order. Okay, 12 plus 8 is 20 plus...
12 plus 8 is 20.
24.
24. You have a hit. Barely, but you have a hit. Bam! Roll damage.
Let's see, 8 plus 5 is 13.
Any iron and depleted uranium shell?
Yeah, there's an iron jacket around it.
Okay. Boom! You hear the thing squeal, and you see a light show as the thing explodes in multiple colors right in front of you.
Okay, so, are we going to have a cooperative meeting of minds here, or are we going to get violent some more?
You stop choking.
No one tells my mother.
That's okay. It's an experience I wouldn't want either.
The other fairy, seeing one of them die, the other one prisoner, the other one's wounded, lets out an ear-piercing scream. Both you need to roll a body check.
Great.
Yeah, you're getting every single Celtic legend all at once from these beings. As it tries to take you down with a sonic attack.
12.
Pain resistance is a plus 4.
No, this actually is affecting your equilibrium. This is
Oh.
not pain.
So I use my staying conscious then?
No, this is like a balance thing.
Oh, just strictly balanced then. Okay.
You may use an athletic skill such as running or general athletics to try to resist it.
Oh, well, that would make it a 13.
Okay.
That
You
makes
partially
me
fail.
A 17.
You partially succeed. You go down to a knee and are still able to act, but you can't move.
Okay.
You hit the ground. You're not able to hear anything right now, and you have no sense of what is, but you're still conscious.
So it's kind of like going.
Oh shoot.
At
plus
random,
4,
right.
Actually.
Okay.
Oh crap. So it's 18.
K9 acts next.
Randomly hitting.
Actually, that was an 18. I thought I misread it. I was going for a plus 3. It's actually a plus 4 on mine.
K9 acts next. He takes something out of his chest and puts it on you, and the effect immediately goes away as there's a large, 3 by 3 inch square of iron on you, or something with iron in it.
That's handy.
Keep it close, mistress. He then steps over to you and hands you the same thing. The effect goes away. I deduce that the effects, being mainly electromagnetic, perhaps raw iron shorts out the signal.
That works for me.
And it does. Which is why in the legends...
You use iron. And thankfully, I'm using an electromagnetic pistol, which needs iron to shoot the bullets down the barrel.
Yeah.
And no, that was not something that's made up on the spot. That's actually how this thing works. I designed it.
No, we talked about it before. It's a
Yeah.
real pistol. We know.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
how this
so
thing works.
the fairy now is just, all kinds of pissed off.
Again. Are we going to have a meeting of minds, or...
They land around you in a rough circle, and they become visible.
Somehow this does not look good.
Now, again, are we going to have a meeting of minds, or are we going to get more physical in this matter? Because I have 20 more rounds.
One of them steps forward, takes her hands, because again, they're vaguely female, puts her hands behind her and puts her head forward.
She's offering herself up as a...
She wants to talk. Not like that, you hear the doctor say, like Spock.
Oh, like that?
All right. First two fingers together, second two fingers together, hand making the shin sign. Congratulations, now you're kosher. Put one on both sides of the head and let the thoughts flow. A very alien intellect is there. It has got the same concept of time as a human does, so you can talk to it. It sees the world in a linear fashion, just like you do. But it's also got like a really weird form of consciousness. All the fairies are individuals, yet they also are dependent upon all the others to think. It's the closest analogy you get is like a wolf pack.
Okay.
Or a school of fish.
Yeah. Why are you invading our home?
We're not. We're just checking something out. You can keep it if you want.
Did you leave the death thing here?
What, the thing
What
that's...
And you see an image of a Roman centurion.
No, most certainly I did not. That sort of, I don't know.
And the coffin, and you see an image of a big, ornate, cube-like box that the centurion's walking around.
I have no idea what that is.
What about the metal men? And you see a couple of dead Cybermen lying on the floor.
I didn't have anything to do with that, but congratulations for...
And a roasted Dalek.
Good grief.
That shock right there would convince anybody of our innocence. Holy shit! No, it doesn't do that. Wish we did.
Yeah, good going for whoever took that, but no, I have no idea what was going on in here or anything like that. I just came to. There's something around here that's causing a disturbance, like creating like weird things that we're trying to figure out and trying to stop it. That's all.
The tiny one is
things.
We crashed here a few centuries ago. Sorry, it's late for me and I haven't slept well a few days.
It's okay.
We crashed here a few centuries ago, and we are doing the best that we can to get by and try to get a beacon for home, but home is not answering. We fear home is lost. We fear the Eater of Worlds swallowed it up.
The what?
The what?
The doctor goes, Holy Galactus, Batman.
So I'm not only mixing metaphor, but mixing genres. Okay.
Yes, somewhere there's a Marvel editor and a DC editor both rolling in their graves. But anyway, we fear that the Eater of Worlds ate it. Worlds are disappearing.
Joy.
Are they? I'll have to ask about that.
The doctor goes, don't worry about it, I already solved that. But this is still during the time period where it's going on.
Oh, it's already been solved. Just hang in there. It'll be taken care of.
We are the last. We must repopulate. We hoped to set up in this island far away from everyone, but she points to the armies. They keep destroying our nests, cutting down our hives. You get an image of like how they actually breed. They take a species, whatever species on the planet, they put it up in a tree like in a cocoon, almost like a butterfly, and it gradually turns into one of them.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Oh, good. Parasitic. Love it.
Well, we could move you maybe somewhere where you won't have to worry about that.
Yes.
There is a place here on the island that is rich with possibilities and power. We would consent to move there if you can guarantee the humans would leave us alone.
I got an even better idea. I know a whole continent right now where nobody's using metal. and is basically untouched, and will be for another.
We are not taking these things to North America.
Oh, come on! It's a perfect solution.
I'm already indirectly responsible for the Sasquatch. I am not taking these things to North America.
Okay, so where should we take him? Maybe to another place?
Ask them where it is they're trying to go.
Oh, where do you want to go?
Pretty good idea.
And she sketches out, while she can see her mind, you see what will be Wales. You see a small little port there. Right now it's like, essentially a small glorified medieval town.
Okay, she's looking
And you recognize it, it's Cardiff.
She's looking at taking to Cardiff.
Do you really want to stick these things on Captain Jack and vice versa?
Actually, that's where these things end up eventually.
Yeah. Hence my point. Not to mention the fact that I already know I'm going to be dealing with Captain Jack when I get back, and I'm not looking forward to it.
There are some wild woods there that, as the doctor scrolls through stuff, won't be populated for many centuries. It's not a bad solution.
But it's not a permanent one.
It's not a permanent one either. We're going to have to come back and do something about it.
Okay, like I said, North America's not an option.
Get her to guarantee that they won't turn any humans into them.
Yeah, stick to the local wildlife of the four-legged variety.
We're willing to do this so long as you stay away from the humans, because, humans have a habit of freaking havoc on things.
You see images of beings that sort of look like them but are quadrupeds. Sometimes they fly. They look essentially like what you draw as a fantasy beast, but really weird and malevolent looking. She's like, that is possible. We can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because...
We have an agreement.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
But you need to get our queen away from the Centurion. He's holding her down there.
What?
What?
When we first saw the box, we thought we could use the box to get home. He killed many of us and took our queen captive. And made us promise not to attack, or he would slay the queen.
Oh, lovely.
Well, like I said, pissing off humans is a bad idea.
We'll get right on that for you. Alrighty, so we have...
Okay, so we already break one promise of not to... We already break the promise of avoid Centurion at all cost. Well, guess what? Safe path, not so safe. Avoid Centurion, can't be done. Okay, let's just go ahead and just admit that we're all winging it at this point.
Alright, here's what's going to happen. K10 will stay up here and watch the fairies. You two, you need to descend into this part. And he shows you there's actually like a place in the main stone that goes down to a cavern that many people don't know is there.
No.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, boy.
Yes, I always thought the archaeologists digging around here were smoking a little too much.
Make sure you tell the Centurion that's down there. I can't tell him it's me, or it'll mess up time.
That's okay. I'll just mention that
You need to say that you're friends of. You need to say you're friends of the pawns. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
this won't end well. He left us here, didn't he?
I think he did.
And you do realize that the TARDIS means he could be back in 5 minutes, 5 minutes ago, or 5 years from now.
Lovely.
The fairies all kind of like sit down and they start like a riddle game with each other. Occasionally you hear one of them give this really demented snicker as she wins.
Okay.
I don't even want to know what they're betting on.
Yeah, don't think I'd want to know that either.
So, cards?
Suppose.
Strip poker? Just kidding.
You don't have anything that I haven't seen before, but there's no way I'm unclothing around you. You may be a woman on the outside, but you're still very much a man on the inside.
And yes, I'm very happy to be that way at this point. Which is why I'm not looking forward to Harkness. The guy can get Bill Clinton into bed.
That was an image I did not need.
Yes, but I'm going to hang on to that image because it'll help me.
Bing, 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 bing. You see K10's ears kind of like revolve.
Yes.
There is a rider approaching.
Oh, joy.
Okay.
Remember the fairies, now killing humans. If a human has to die, I'm going to do it.
The fairies all go invisible. Zzz.
Okay.
Just tell them. Just touch one of them or whatever you got to do to make them do the whole psychic thing.
Just we'll handle the rider.
Here.
Whoever it is. Just hang tight.
A Saxon on a horse rides up. He stops.
Oi!
And he says in Old German to you guys, "Are you with that upstart boy?" Do either of you understand Old German?
I have no fucking clue what the guy
Keep
is.
in mind, the TARDIS just took off, so the telepathic sensors
Exactly.
are not here.
Sonic screwdriver maybe could help?
They can do anything. I just sit here and look like a big dumb barbarian because at this point that's pretty much all I really am.
Okay, so...
Because I don't speak German. French, Spanish, but not German.
You point a wand at him.
Ah, you did good.
He hits the reins as hard as he can and goes running, riding the other way. Convinced you're a witch.
Oh, lovely. I just...
Well, at least we got one thing going for us.
You hear cackles all around you, shrill laughter, and
Well,
How does
hey,
have
at
language
least we have
setting?
one thing going for us. He's probably a pagan, so he won't burn you at the stake. On the other hand, they probably will try to make you an offer you can't refuse.
When I get home, I'm not traveling with a doctor for at least a week.
And you'll keep that promise for exactly 24 hours.
Oh, you watch me. You watch me.
Yeah, well, the thing is I'm not leaving the TARDIS for at least 24 hours after we get back. Well, that's not true. I am going to go shopping.
adjusts something on his belt. And suddenly he looks like a handsome blonde man in golden armor. And on his shield, there are red and white stripes.
Okay.
Alrighty. What are you supposed to be down there, Keaton?
You hear a slight French accent. Someone's coming from the south.
Oh, great. You're doing Lancelot, aren't you? And we know that Lancelot and mixing with Arthur always ends well.
On a big, big charger. There are a bunch of men riding there, and one of them has got a herald's flag.
Great. Now the Christians show up. No pointing around
And they
lines.
say in Old Kimrick, "Who are you?" Kenine kind of twitches and translates.
Actually, you should be able to understand them. Roughly. But you should be able to understand them. Irish, Gaelic, and Welsh Cymric hadn't really drifted all that far
Cymric.
apart.
Oh.
Kimrick.
Hadn't really drifted apart all that much at this point. It'd be like a Dane and a Norwegian trying to talk to each other.
Not to pick a linguistic fight, but it's Old Kimrick. She speaks modern Irish Gaelic.
Like I said,
There's a big divide there from what I
yeah,
understand.
but she should be able to roughly understand and get the gist.
But anyway, K9's ears twitch and he says something back in the language because being a computer and having all this information stored, like the TARDIS,
Why did
he's
you
now
do that
translating.
before?
The man says something back, and then K9 turns to your guys' holocubes, does something to them, and now you all are hearing through K9's ears.
You could have done that earlier.
I did not have time, mistress. I'm terribly sorry.
And you had to go point the wad at him.
The guy,
Point this at you.
the guy says, "This is your queen?" Yes, this is. K9 suddenly remembering what story we're supposed to be in. The Lady Morgana,
I'm what?
and I am Lancelot
Yes.
of the Lake.
Shh.
Lancelot of the Lake.
Oh, good grief.
I've heard of you, sir. I've not had the honor to meet you.
Yes, I know the story. It doesn't end well. We all die.
Arthur says that he crossed swords with you once. Yes, a most regrettable affair.
I saw the movie.
Well, he looks and goes, "Well, we could certainly use your sword now. The Saxons have been burning everything north of here. There are about, if I remember correctly, Salisbury Plain is right next to London."
No. It's in the central part of England. It's in the south central part of England.
Okay.
It's about where Bath is.
Arthur is afraid that if we don't stop them here, they'll have full range of the country.
As a matter of fact, the projected place for a battle of Mount Dodden is about 20 miles from this place. One of the primary suspects.
They've agreed to give battle here because he's challenged them in the proper way according to their customs. We could use every sword in the land, sire.
I haven't killed anything in a week.
Kenan sits there and turns to you guys and goes, "Perhaps we should consider intervening."
We have a
What am I
quest.
supposed
We
to do?
already got a
So
quest to
this-
do.
Still a few hours before the battle, what if one of those things wanders in here? Think about it. One fairy kills one of these humans in a big battle? How many untold generations are affected by that decision?
I'm not disputing that, but they're going to get pissy if we don't free their queen here relatively quickly. So tell them we have a quest to complete, and if we complete it in time for the battle, we'll be more than happy to
Well,
participate.
you guys are all linked. You all can now speak the same language according to that guy. That's what he's hearing as the holocube translates for you.
Yeah, well, I'm also whispering and hoping he doesn't overhear us.
Okay.
I'm not speaking loud enough for jackass, for jerkass up there to hear us, or at least I hope not. Because
Well,
not that he's going to be freaked out at any particular point by our conversation. It's kind of part of the course for this time period. But
well, we could maybe tell the fairies that we gotta go take care of this so that the battle doesn't come this way.
Yeah,
and
Keep in mind, the Saxons have an actual fire-breathing flying dragon.
yes, which I'm really looking forward to killing. Which means I really want to get this done so we can go kill that.
So we're not saying no, but we're not saying right now.
Yeah, we're not saying right now. We want to get rid of get the queen out of there, get them off the
Canine
battlefield.
Canine turns and addresses the knight. Sorry, we're here on another errand, but if we finish it and we are of use to your king, let him know we will fight under his banner if we can get free of our obligation. And the herald turns and proceeds to ride north towards the Saxons so they can agree about where they're going to fight this battle.
I mean, after all, this culture is all about keeping promises, and we already made a promise.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had the herald ride off.
yeah. Not to mention the fact that your argument about these fairies killing somebody is a very, very valid one. Therefore, even more important to get the queen bitch out so these guys can get out of here. Let's go get the queen bitch out of here.
You descend into the darkness. K9 stays there. So I keep calling K9. K10 stays there. You guys walk down into the darkness. You have a hollowed out place. There's like little places for oil lamps and stuff, but the sonic screwdriver can actually give you a light. You come down to a chamber, and sure enough, standing in front of this big high-tech box, it looks like some kind of mixture of a starship and a thing you'd see in Hellraiser. There's standing a Roman centurion.
I did not know that Clive Barker got this far back. This is cool.
And his armor, because this is just...
This is like 5th century.
This is just about, if I remember the timeline correctly, there's about 30, 35 years, when according to Mortley after the Romans have left. His armor is obviously well cared for, is in pristine condition. And he's taken care of it somehow.
Not to mention the fact that even for 35 years ago, he's really out of date.
Both of you make an observation roll. But according to Le Morte Arthur, they somehow went from the Roman legion to full plate mail.
Yeah, I know.
And again, that's whatever's going on here is affecting reality.
-3.
That observation is excellent.
So she's too busy admiring the, artwork on the wall.
25.
25?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a sword. He doesn't have a shield. There's a bunch of dead things in this room. Dead Dalek, dead Cybermen, dead Sontaran. And he's just standing there in front of the box like this.
I'm going to take it.
He's also humming something to himself.
I'm going to take
Roll,
it.
see if you can hear it.
I don't roll because I didn't get it.
Because you failed the first observation roll.
Okay.
18.
He's humming a song by the Beatles.
Well, I was going to talk in Latin, but this changes everything.
Hey Jude, don't make it sad.
I'm going to take it. A, you're not from around
song.
here. B, and I'm saying this in my thickest Texas accent I can to make sure he understands I'm not from around here. I'm going to take it that you're not from around here. That B, you're probably considering the living or dead critters around here not human. And C, that whatever you're here for, it's definitely involved in that big, huge honking box that looks like it was made by Clive Barker's wet dream.
He just kind of looks at you both. And there's a space of about 100 feet between the two of you. You can tell he's sizing up,
And no, we're not here to steal your box.
Oi.
Because I could see that he was doing that right off the bat. I said, nope, we're not here to fight you.
Yeah, I don't really...
We are here, however, for one of your hostages.
Cross your feet.
Close her feet.
Cross your feet. Not Sontarans.
Hey, do I look like a Sontaran to you?
Sontaran clones aren't as agile as the things they copy.
No, I'm not Sontaran.
I'm not a potato head.
Not to mention I'm carrying way too much of a rack for that.
Who's president of the United States in the 1980s?
Well, that would be Ronald Reagan. Most of the time. Before him, it was Jimmy Carter, and after him, it was Bill Clinton. I'm sorry, George Bush, and then Bill Clinton, and then George Bush Jr.
Who's Prime Minister of England in the 2000s?
Well, she'll have to answer that one
Bounce
because I got no
off.
fucking clue.
Tony Blair.
Yeah, Tony Blair.
Where's the blue box?
Now, we're not allowed to talk about that. Some kind of thing of a fixed point in time and shit.
Look, we just came down here to get the fairy queen, to get the fairies away from here before all things go to hell up there. So if you just want to fork her over so we can get them out of here and get that taken care of, and then we'll be out of your hair.
In other words, it's a really long story.
What battle? There's not supposed to be a battle here.
Again, fixed point in time is being fucked with. We're supposed to be here to fix it. Unfortunately, we need to get the fairies out of here because if they have a battle right on top of Stonehenge, they're going to start killing people and screwing up the timeline all over the place. We've cut a deal with them.
Okay, stop for a second. His hand opens on a gun. His hand like goes this way. There's a gun there. Just
Okay,
stop for a second.
What happened to your head?
Let me get this straight. There's a battle going on out there that shouldn't be going on. Someone's monkeying with time.
Yep.
What number are you guys on? What number, Doctor?
We can't tell you that. It's a
We
fixed
were
point in time.
told not to tell you anything about that.
It's a fixed point in time. We can't tell you that because it's knowledge you're not supposed to have.
I will kill this muddy fairy bitch. He points the gun right at her. If you don't answer my question, what number are you guys on?
Well, I'm on number 1. For me. Because I'm on my first incarnation.
You do a sonic screwdriver. He's made out of plastic.
You're made out of plastic?
I
Long
said
story.
He's not human. You already know he's not human. Come on, fried dialect.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, come on. Look how much effort I had to go through to kill one of these things.
Plastic?
Okay, so maybe it's not the best quality workmanship. But that's not the point.
Just answer this question. Bow ties or not? Is he wearing bow ties or not?
No.
No. And he's not wearing, and he is not
Okay.
wearing bright colors. And no, he's not wearing a long ass fucking
Then that
scarf
gives us a
goes
little
up
bit
around.
more leeway. So, he's not wearing bow ties. No long scarves? No bad teeth?
No bad teeth or hair. Mind you, when I met
No
first
looking
met
like a
him,
British mod from the 1960s?
when I met him, he was wearing a cricket uniform, and I still want to shoot him over that one. But that's a different thing. Long story.
The hand closes.
If it makes you feel any better, he
So
left
it's
me.
worth it.
He left me fighting dinosaurs.
At least you get to do something.
Looks like you've been kept busy.
So it's worth it.
Yeah.
The plan actually works. That's good to know.
I don't want to know because it's going to fuck up the timeline.
Because I was actually thinking, like, you know, every year or so, I go in a few months, I actually think about leaving and going outside, taking a look around.
Right now, you really don't want to.
Yeah.
You're going to stick out like a sore thumb. But if we can get Queen Mud Bitch, these things will leave and go off to where are they going?
Cardiff?
We don't understand why.
What's in Cardiff? He says.
Exactly.
What's ever in Cardiff?
They whatever it is, it's got them all kinds of excited and wet and happy. So we're just going to send them on over there
All right.
and get them out of the way, and we're going to handle the big
I will
flying
let you
dragon
have.
upstairs.
I will let you have the ferry. If you do a couple of things for me. First,
Oh, good grief.
I need you to take a message to somebody. Doctor can't know.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Alright.
Her name's Amy Pond. She lives at. He mentions an address. Just tell her that Rory says he always loves her.
Okay.
Second, in 2014, Manchester's going to play Arsenal in the championship game for the Premier League. I need you to put down 100 quid for me. Because I don't actually do this. Stop me and have me put it on the right team.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, you'll have
You
to
promise.
I'll talk to my girl.
Because I can't go anywhere near any of that stuff right now.
Hey, great thing about my girl is, unlike the doctor, she don't have that many morals.
You're free to go. And he takes like a pair of iron shackles off of her. And she's about ready to kill him, but she knows what the other fairies have been doing, so she's kind of like...
I wouldn't do that.
And she backs away. And she says to you telepathically, it's the box. When the aliens put the box here, whoever put it here, they did something to the box. Someone with very powerful dreams is using the box and the stones to change history. Find the dreamer. Everything will eventually sort itself out.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I will help you because it's dreamers who brought my people here. who crashed us here. We were originally going to a different planet, where there'd be no conflict. I've seen my tribe go from thousands down to a few handfuls. I want blood.
And I completely understand your position on that one.
Alright, so, well, the regular salute
So,
then.
let's go kill something.
Let's, find the dreamer then. Nice meeting you, whoever you are, Centurion
by the
fellow,
way.
and we'll take care of the stuff that you said for you, and, we'll be just on our way to get this, sorted out.
Oh, by the way, a gift for you.
You give him.
2015 Playboy.
He picks up the magazine. He looks at it. He's like, what Amy doesn't know won't hurt her. Then you hear him mumble under his voice, at least the audience does. More importantly, what she doesn't know won't give her cause to hurt me. And you guys take off out of the cave.
Remember, have you ever seen Robot Chicken? There's this wonderful little episode.
Can we
where
stay on the game? Talk tangents later.
Okay, because you'll like the in joke on that one because it's so similar to his situation.
So you step out of the tunnel. K10 is there. The fairy queen comes up. All the fairies like flock around. They have to touch her. They have to be comforted. It's very much like a hive kind of thing. All right.
Excuse me.
And as long as they're not sniffing butts.
At this point, it's about an hour's gone by. You can see the two armies starting to line up on the far edge as they start to approach each other in order.
Oh dear.
Okay, let's go kill the dreamer and get this over with. Or you want to go kill the dragon first and then kill the dreamer? I'm all for killing the dragon.
What are you asking me for?
She points to two of her
You're in
girls and points to the army, and they
in
both
charge.
nod and they go flying off to go scout.
Just remember our deal. No more killing humans.
They will return here to talk to me.
Okay.
Okay.
You want the Inhumans had to die? Let me do it. I enjoy that.
She points to two more, points to them. These two will go with you to guard you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That'd be rude to say no.
Wait.
K10 goes, not to mention, you're supposed to be a sorceress. Showing up with a pair of obviously inhuman beings.
That's good for your cred.
Yes, in my magic wand.
And since the dreamer isn't expecting us, if we show up with a pair of beings, we must still match the story.
That's a good point. What story?
Obviously, we're in La Morte Arthur, and K9 cites one of the first big Saxon battles that Arthur's supposed to fight when he's about 19.
Yeah, but I'm thinking who the dreamer would be, and the only thing I can think of is Merlin.
But the doctor's Merlin.
Exactly. So that doesn't fit.
And, well, I'm Morgana, so that one will fit.
Exactly. And Nimue is the only one I can think of.
Who?
Nimue, Lady of the Lake.
Lady of the Lake. But then again, she's the only power that would be similar to this, but she's not a dreamer.
But she's
She
a
never actually
character.
passes out to a
But she's a
super
character in the story.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things we'll get to that.
Okay.
You hear.
Oh, finally!
Finally.
Took him long enough.
He steps out, peers a little bit, steps back in. Out steps River
Oh! And we thought I was
in a
subtle.
prison uniform. She adjusts her cube. Zoom. She suddenly looks like a noble lady too.
Yes, and we thought I was unsubtle.
She comes forward. She's like, right. So, hubby tells me that there's a bit of a problem with the machine.
Apparently, the cube is being interfered with by a dreamer. This guy who's called a dreamer, or a gal who's called a dreamer. Hey, let's not be sexist here. And basically causing a really wiggly thing going on in time
Making all
here.
this happen.
The fixed point is no longer a fixed point.
So we need some Time Lord here to try to maintain this. And, oh, by the way, congratulations on joining the club.
Thank you very much. I just hope my girl is not straight.
Oh, she's not.
Good. That's a load off my mind.
Yeah. River kind of looks wistful there for a second and then shakes her head.
I don't want to know. Later.
I will keep an eye on these things. I will also see what I can decipher about the mountain. Someone needs to be right here by these things. And she actually goes up on the stones, kicks it. You see like a circuitry panel hidden beneath the stonework.
Ooh!
Because this was not here originally. Somebody set this up.
I knew the archaeologists were smoking things when they were here because they missed way too much.
She does a quick couple of analytics on it and goes. Zzz, 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 zzz. And it's Gallifreyan.
Oh! Somebody's been pulling the old
Okay.
stuff.
Now, I just want to know, how many fucking Time Lords ended up not being banished?
At the end of the war, there were only 5 that weren't accounted for. Hubbies, accounted for. The Master was unaccounted for, so that leaves 4. I was unaccounted for because I took great pains not to get caught since I was kind of a hybrid. That leaves 3. We know what happened to the Corsair. That leaves 2. So there's at least 2 of them running around out there
Well, there's also the Guardian.
that did not get time locked down.
There's also the Guardian who, is in my apartment.
Yeah, I'm not counting in between incarnations.
Oh, okay.
I'm not counting the Valyard either. So there's at least two other Time Lords out there running around that weren't caught. One was called the Plague.
Well, geez, that's not descriptive.
And the other, well, picture what would happen if Pablo Picasso got stuck between his Cubist and his Surreal periods. I'm sorry, picture what happened if Salvador Dali and Pablo Picasso got together and you had Cubism mixed with Surrealism as an art form.
So, in other words, he's basically raving maniac.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so good. We're going to take on a psychopathic Time Lord.
They call
The
him-
Master wasn't fun.
They call him the Fracture.
Ugh.
They don't get very inventive, do they?
No.
There's a power in names, and there's a lot that has gone into trying to find the Fracture's name in particular. Because he's not that active, but when he does do something, it's something like this.
Okay.
Okay.
So, let's go kill, /arrest.
I mean, the Master tries to take over the universe. I mean, that's easy to stop. This can have long-reaching effects that can actually bend time and space, period.
Right, so let's find this,
Psycho.
little girl, whoever he, she, or whatever, and just take care of it.
You're looking for somebody else that probably doesn't belong here, and it's probably not a Time Lord. It's probably somebody the Time Lord brought here to do his work for him. So you look for somebody who says something or has a mannerism that does not match the time period. By the way, they are going to be looking for exactly the same thing. The holocubes protect how you look. They won't protect the things that you do. And we don't have time to really download how these people all behave because, one, they're not real people. They're not acting like the people from the time period actually really act.
So that just adds a whole level of confusion and difficulty to the matter.
Bingo.
So I got a question for you. If we walk around acting like we don't belong here, wouldn't that kind of draw them out?
It might just make them run and we never find them.
Yeah, but if they're running, they're not screwing around with things.
She looks at the sensors. This is a far-reaching telepathic adapter. They can be anywhere on this planet, and their brain signal will still reach to it.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So basically, outside of a thermonuclear device, they're probably going to stick around the planet. Okay. So, in other words, we're asking for me to be subtle. This is not going to end well.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, let's go off and kill a dragon.
She sits there and goes, "Honey." You hear over your headsets, "Please stop calling me that. I'm after you got married to him." "Darling, sweetie, why don't you leave the TARDIS with me?" "River, I'm not the incarnation that's smitten with you. I know better." "But that way you can put on a holocube and help the detective work. After all, she's American and she's Irish. They're just going to botch it."
Hey!
You hear some static on the line. "And who exactly do you propose that I be, River?"
Come on, I want to go kill the
Well,
dragon.
they are missing someone young and youthful. Someone who can get along with children, has a child's mentality, get into places that young teenagers like the Pages and stuff would get to. In short, you're perfect for this role, dear. "Right, I will arrange it." "Oh, I have the perfect person for you." She texts over something. "Okay, now you're just being cruel." Spoilers! So Arthur comes out. Not Arthur. The Doctor comes out. And he looks really young. He looks like he's 7.
Oh, he's just so cute.
And he looks pretty and blonde. He looks like your hologram, only as a boy. And he's fuming. He's like,
Mordred?
Aren't you just a cute little Mordred?
Oh, Lord. Well, no wonder Mordred had bad temper in the stories.
I know, those squirrels.
this is not funny, the doctor says.
Especially considering that being a
But
page,
it
he was
might
like a
be
very
necessary.
hairy man for a long period of time.
Let's go get this taken care of, please.
Alright, but any temper tantrums and I'll spank you.
Don't let the disguise's power go to your head, mummy.
You know, you spanking the doctor. Now that's definitely the image I didn't want in my head.
Ta! River says as she stands to deal with
River?
the time-altering object.
That was incredible.
I know, she says. Alright, give the GM a second.
One.
Very funny.
There's a picture of you with the doctor over your lap spanking. That's an image I needed in my head right now. I am never going to let him live that down. And the great thing is with computer animation, I can make that and put it all over the Torchwood's web.
Heck, I could probably put it together for you.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
it to where he can't take it down either.
The doctor always needs a little bit of humility now and then.
Alright, so you take off towards Arthur's army, which is approaching from the south.
Yep.
You arrive on foot. The infantry are all walking out. Some knights come out riding out to meet you.
Let's see.
One of them is he's probably right down in his mid-20s guy with a short orange beard, blonde hair, and he says, "You look familiar." He looks at me and goes, "Oh, the king's half-sister."
I think my parents should be in.
He dismounts, kneels before you, and goes, "You may not remember me, my lady. I am Sir Kay, your brother's older brother.
Oh, yeah, I remember you.
Sir Boris and Sir Lurkin are coming behind me. We are setting up for the battle. What brings you to the site of such misfortune?"
Helping out.
"Helping out." And then he sees the monsters behind you, and he goes, "God!"
They're with me. You know, I summoned them up for this whole thing. No.
"And the child, is he a sacrifice to these creatures?"
No, that's my son, thank you very much.
And the doctor says in a very petulant voice, "Ma, Ma," as he tugs on your dress. "Ma, Ma."
Swats him.
Doctor, you want me to take over your name?
Well, this is certainly not the place for a child.
He's useful.
Oh, trust me, this child really at home here.
He has some special skills, I think, which contribute very well to this whole thing.
He's a witch like you, is what you're saying.
Don't say it like it's a bad thing.
So long as you use your powers for the good of the people, I will continue to consent to let Arthur's law stand with you. But no, the second you spill one drop of Christian blood, you will find my sword.
That's a crime anyway. So.
He gets onto his horse and rides off.
Well, he
Goes
has
to
a
announce you to the army.
Well, he has a stick up his ass.
It's Sir Kay. He always wants to stick up the ass.
He kind of always resented that he never got to be king either. "Don't worry, he dies in the end," says the doctor.
Yeah, actually, he dies rather well. I mean, he actually stays loyal to the bitter end. He may resent Arthur being king, but he does not resent Arthur.
Up rides a
himself.
young man with long black hair. You can tell he's trying to grow a beard, but it's just not working. It's coming in patches. Even though this guy's got to be in his mid-20s, just he did not inherit the right genes for a full beard. His helmet looks kind of wolf-like. He opens the visor. The student says, "Lady Morgana, it's good to see you again. I've not seen you since the tournament."
Hello there,
I can understand why you wouldn't recognize me. I'm the cousin of your vassal Loth. I'm Lucan.
Right. Hello. Who's looking?
That's not what I'm familiar
He's
with.
actually one of Arthur's most loyal knights and is with him at the very end.
Yeah. Don't go with that one personally. It's just a name.
He doesn't get a lot of play.
Yeah, he doesn't get a whole lot of mention beyond just his name. Don't know anything about him.
Oh, you're useful.
Hey, do you realize how many freaking knights there are in this story?
He dismounts and goes, "We'd be grateful of any help or forewarning you may proceed to give us." And he takes your hand and he kisses it.
Taking a break.
The doctor whispers to you, "Number 13, huh?"
Yeah, I do remember correctly, Morgan did bang him.
I'm not about to fall through the story.
Are you sure?
Yes.
According to the story, Morgan beds a lot of people.
Yes.
Do you,
Now
So
you-
does Guinevere, actually, according to the Welsh tales.
Yeah, the original stories, the women are pretty randy most of the time.
so exactly what should we exactly be doing? You know, looking around or what?
Well, we're just,
Looking around trying to spot anyone who doesn't belong.
Okay.
the best way to go about this is, the best way to go about this is to try to figure out if this guy has an ego or not. If he has an ego, the best place to go is to the tents of the ruling class, because that's where he's going to be.
That's where the Druidmen want to be seen. That's where you get into the story. It's where you see most of the story happen.
Yeah, so
He's got a good point.
if he's got any kind of ego, that's where he's going to be. The ruling class are the point of the stories. The foot soldiers,
The doctor's
Don't
just
even
treating
mention
Sonic screwdrivering everyone and everything he sees, try to get a reading on it.
you're
He's
a
like,
witch.
nope.
You're
nope,
a witch. You're
nope.
allowed to walk around with your wand out. I've been waiting for 20 minutes to say that.
Okay.
So she looks at Lucan, and let me give you a blessing of good luck on the battlefield for you.
Certainly. Lucan kneels.
And remember too,
The abracadabra,
Normal.
zoom
Normal.
zam.
No time anomalies around him.
just use some Latin. Most of them are illiterate. They won't know the damn thing. Just remember this: over half of them are pagan, probably still at this point, even or Christian, and on the surface only. So pretty much, you're going to find over half the group wanting to get blessed by you right off the bat. Who avoids that? And the other half, even though they may be Christian, witchcraft at this time is not a sin.
It's just
So-
considered suspicious.
So they'll go ahead and consent anyway because hey, they want to hedge their bets. The guy who refuses.
Alright, so I'm gonna go around and give people blessings with my screwdriver. Wand.
They start setting up camps, they start setting up some battle lines in case the battle gets delayed. You're walking around, you see typical camp things you see. Kids doing chores, young squires tending their people's armor, the low-rank infantry all sitting together, huddled around fires, getting blessings from local priests. Are all convinced, oh my god, we're all going to die. The knights are going to get through this because they're wearing the nice big safe steel suits, but we're all going to die, man!
Just keep your ranks, keep your spears up, you're good.
And then often, one section you hear someone boasting, and then I lifted up his stallion above my head and tossed it into the lake.
Gawain.
Yeah. And you're like, bum, bum, bum. No way, you didn't do that. Are you calling me a liar? I witnessed the event. Sir Valiant Gawain did he throw the stallion into the lake from the precipice. It was high noon and his strength was at its peak.
Oh my god, I almost forgot about that.
And they all start bragging back and forth about what they're doing.
And by the way, Gawain, he's your nephew.
Right.
And you gave him that power. What power?
Did I?
Yes, you give him this power that only give it that towards noon his strength gets bigger, greater, and greater.
At
And then
noon,
from-
the sun is high. He is as strong as like a hill giant.
And then from noon on down, his strength goes back down to finally to human
What
normal.
was I thinking?
I have no clue. It just sounds really great. Hey, come on. Most duels are fought at high noon, so it makes sense in a kind of twisted way.
So there you are, scanning around. Give me some observation rolls.
10 to 1, I'm betting monkey this guy's a bishop.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
I'll go with them.
Okay.
And there we go. I got a 17.
Okay. You're both appearing around, and sure enough, as you're walking through the thing, you eventually come to the royal tent, the royal pavilion. And there are guards outside. Arthur's being armored up. You hear his voice. It now sounds deeper.
Oh yeah, very much better.
Look, so long as we keep the crossbowmen hidden behind the spear wall and unveil them at the last moment, they will not expect the new weapon to do the damage it does. It will pierce right through the Saxon shield wall. They're not expecting that, and the shield wall will collapse. They will rout. We won't really have to fight this battle. Men won't have to die.
Well, men are going to die just.
You hear another voice arguing, Cousin, I respect your love for human life and the hope that these people get redeemed and take the Lord's grace, but let's face it, these are dirty heathen dogs. And if they had their way, they'll burn the village. I say we burn them all to the ground.
And
that's the conversation you guys walk in on as you're passing by the tent, because the tent's open.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have time to like yourself out. You can actually see Arthur getting armored up.
so Kay basically saying, hey, let's kill them all, let God sort them out. Well, that's Kay for you. Can't disagree with them. Arthur's mercy kind of like screwed him in the end.
Quick scan on Arthur, just to be sure.
There are temporal anomalies in this tent. You hear a woman's voice come up and go, Husband. And you turn and there's a woman that's slightly older than Arthur. She's very pretty. And she looks stereotypically Irish. Freckles, red hair, green eyes. Not as beautiful as these stories make her out. In fact, I need a willpower roll from everybody.
Oh dear, she
Difficulty
ugly or
10.
something?
Crap.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I made it. Barely, but
I
I
got
made
a
it.
6.
I made it barely. A 12.
You got a 6?
Yeah, I got a 6.
You have a failure. You make a guffaw or something that attracts attention.
A what?
You make some kind of noise or, oh my God, is that?
Blimey!
Everyone stops and turns and looks at you. And Arthur smiles. Sister, you've not had the chance to meet my wife. The lovely Lady Guinevere. And they bring her out, and she's actually got sort of like buckish teeth and a slightly protruding jaw. Her face is like, not ugly, but it's slightly misshapen, and she's got sort of, along with the freckles, a little bit of acne still. Her hair is kind of frizzy.
So something I wanted to, that's not...
Yeah.
Doctor nudges you, we're in public.
Be nice.
Hello. Nice to be introduced to you finally.
And nice to meet you, my husband's sister. You hear the thick Irish lilt to her voice, because she's supposed to be from Ireland.
Well, actually, she's from Northern Wales, but close enough for government.
The name of those is Irish, and in the in the Welsh tales, it's Irish.
Yeah, well, the thing is
sure.
that most of coastal Wales was settled by Irish. That's the reason why she has a Welsh Irish name.
I was actually going about the camp and giving everyone here blessings for the battle and whatnot, for protection and so and such.
My sister was trained in the abbey of such and such, says Arthur. Oh, she's a holy woman then.
Of a fashion.
In a way of speaking.
Did you leave? Did you leave the convent?
A bit. It was a bit boring.
Oh my! She gets down. Who's this lovely boy?
That's...
Now she's seeing the hologram, so she's peering down like this. The doctor's sitting here, still going.
So she's looking right at his crotch.
Yes. Yes, I'm busy trying not to break out of a laugh. Actually, I am going to make a roll on this one.
That would be my wee son Mordred.
I make it.
The doctor puts his hands on his hips so he looks precocious. Takes a big wide stance like this and goes, King Arthur, please, let me join your knights. I want to earn glory and fame. I can beat the Saxons too.
You're a bit too young to be putting on armor there, Mr.
All the adults are instantly charmed. Mummy, Mummy,
What?
can I hang out with Uncle Arthur?
Fine.
It's a grand idea.
Fine, sure. You can learn how to be a proper, kingly...
Certainly, young man. I will show you all the glories of being a king, but I must warn you, it's very hard work and hardly any gratitude is received. Don't worry, Uncle. I'm sure you'll have the greatest kingdom ever.
Yeah, and all in blended tears. Okay.
Okay, so
Miss Guinevere, perhaps I should give you a blessing as well, because, you know, if this...
yes, please, that'd be great.
Yes,
Okay.
it's got to be the
And
personality.
then she whispers close, and could you do something? I mean, it's a bit personal, but we're trying to have a baby.
Oh, sure, fertility, sure. Think of bunny
Not
rabbits.
out in public, not out in public. I don't want anyone to know.
Don't change anything.
What was this supposed to do?
Okay, well.
It doesn't affect flesh, she's right.
She's like, it's not gonna do anything. Alright, let's go inside then for a quick moment. And,
Well, we have to go to her. Come along, young sir. Relax, I'll keep him very far away from the battle. And when Guinevere's not looking, Arthur goes and kisses you on the cheek, and something feels weird about it as he walks away with Kay.
Well, you two were very close. Very, very close.
right, right this way.
I mean, technically speaking, you're only half brother and sister.
Don't gross me out anymore, you beat.
And when more to Arthur, she's not even human.
And you remember also in pagan Welsh society, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Well, I'm not from back then, now am I?
Yeah.
So you walk into the
You're
tent.
also taking a break.
The Lady Guinevere sits down and says, these are the parts of the battle I hate most, the waiting. This is the fourth one I've had to attend. My father, Leon de Grance, will be next to my husband, so I don't fear for his life. And with my husband's sword and the scabbard you gave him, I don't fear that he'll come to any grievous harm. But I do hate to see the wounds the other men suffer.
Well, hopefully they will not be quite as harmed this time around as, last times.
The Saxons are renowned for their ferocity. They fight like the Celts of old, to the last.
Give them credit for being tenacious and determined. Let me see what I can do for you for that standing the tent and...
Lord Lancelot, I'm sure that your lady will be safe with us. Perhaps you should be with my husband helping in the battle. Of course, says K10, disguised as Lancelot, and leaves the tent, leaving you two alone with Lady Guinevere.
She's, doing scans of the tents and mumbling mumbo jumbo and...
RV is 30 here.
Uh,
Resistance value, the number you have to overcome. Need to roll a sonic screwdriver roll for me. While she's doing that, I assume you're doing an observation.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and roll for me.
I'm gonna retire this dice too. I only got an 8.
That'd be nice if this thing would stay up there.
Temporal anomalies are clearly in the tent. You can identify where they're coming from.
Yeah, got a 19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What am I observing?
You look around and you notice that on one of the stands and the books they have here and the maps and all the things that you would expect to see, there's a book, but rather than have rag paper or that rough look that a book from the time period should have, it looks more like one of these. All the pages are even.
Okay. I'm gonna drift on over there and...
Give me a stealth roll to get over there without being detected.
I don't
Oh,
do,
crap.
I don't do stealth very well.
Crap. Oh, crap. I rolled a 20 and then a 19. The RV to overcome against her is I'm sorry, man, I didn't do this on purpose, a 45. Good luck.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
What are you doing? Guinevere says.
I mean, I rolled very, very well, but not that high. As a matter of fact, let's see. 15 plus 10 is only 25. So I did make it.
Right. What are you doing? She says to you.
I like books.
What part of Picklin are you from, lass?
Lothian.
Oh, is that where you met the Lady Morgana?
Aye.
Well, you only had to say so. She walks over, and the book you spotted
Mm-hmm.
is no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
She hands you another book. She goes, now, I don't want you to feel like I'm pressing my religion upon you, but this is the holy word of God, and it can save your pagan soul. Because what awaits you if you die is hell and damnation and brimstone and fire. And she opens up this Bible for you, and she starts reading the Latin to you, translating it as she goes. That means in the beginning, the world was void, and there was darkness covered the face of the earth. And God said, let there be light. And behold, he made Ireland first. What? What? I'm not saying the Irish have a nationalistic streak. No, not at all.
Canning.
You're still not finding the temporal anomaly. So she's discussing roleplay.
Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of nodding and basically
Give me a charm roll to see if she sees through your act.
sort of trying to figure out what the hell is going on now.
Okay.
Not to mention this daft bitch is really annoying me. Stay on the damn... And I'm not going to make that charm roll. It's only a 3 plus 6, and that's only an 8. 9. So, yeah, not going well. Not even a 10, so...
So she talks to you. She does apparently not see through your charm. At least you're convinced she doesn't. And she entertains you for another 10 minutes talking about chit-chat. She's chittering away, and you pretty much get the impression she is a flibberty-gibbet. There is not much upstairs, which is very keeping with the later books that are written about her, such as, like, not going to mention that travesty written by Marion Zimmer Bradley, but such as that book, where she comes off as being kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely in that vein. And she walks on the tent and describes stuff, and then she says, I wish that the noble banners looked better. I'm going to murder the French word for this. I wish Arthur had some knight that was carrying something like the Balsant with him into battle. Both of you rolled. The RV for this is very high because neither one of you being history majors know what she's referring to. It's going to be a 30. If you have any history skill, you would use that. If you don't have history, it's a straight reason roll.
Actually, I do.
No.
Frightening enough.
No, you have no idea what she's referring to.
Yeah.
17 plus 4. That's a 21.
21. You are 9 points below. You have no idea what she's referring to either.
No. But it's French.
It's a French word. But again, according to the Morte Arthur, which everyone's been affected by, that should be the lingua franca everyone's using, literally.
But they're not.
All the knights' terms and stuff are using in French. She actually used the French term. She goes, oh.
It's definitely here.
She leans against the tent. I know I shouldn't worry, but I do every time.
Okay, I'm going to go out and kill a dragon.
What? I'll try to figure out this.
Walk me for a second. I need to tell you. I need to discuss what's going to happen with Mordred if this goes south.
She grabs yours. Oh, don't leave me alone. I can't stand to be alone.
Oh, it'll only be for a second, ma'am.
But my guards are gone. At least get me another bodyguard while you're away.
It pulls up on the table. Ah, you!
A boy walking along, he can't be more than 21 or 22, walks along and goes, what? Oh,
Come here!
hello, mother. Roll!
Oh, shit!
What? Actual Mordred?
No.
No.
No?
Mordred wasn't her only kid.
Oh. I
There's an
didn't know
adopted boy, too, that she ends up having a love affair with in the story to try to kill Arthur.
that. Ooh. That was just a 9.
This is Lot. But your expression of, what? He
Lot.
comes up, mother, is something wrong? Yeah, Lot of Orkney.
Lot was her husband.
So the Lot's boy, Locken, is that right? It was
Locken.
either Lot or Locken, one of the two.
Locken.
Locken, okay, this is Locken.
I just wasn't expecting
You're
to
about to
see
son-
you walking past like that. I don't know, I thought you were someone else, that's all. Could you tell me...
And he whispers to you, it's a shame you're not alone in the tent. What can I do for you, mother?
I need you to
She's on break.
I need you to just stand out here and keep an eye on
The queen.
He's
queen
like, guard.
for
Oh,
just-
Lady Guinevere. Yes, I will. Of course.
And you're to
Stand
keep-
guard for the beautiful Lady
and
Guinevere.
You're to keep an eye on her and nothing,
nothing
more.
else.
And he's looking at her. Huh?
An eye on her, nothing more. Got that?
Yes, mother. An eye on her at all times. Yes, ma'am. I shall not let you down, mother.
Only an eye. Or I should take off your nads and boil them.
You're angry at me because I can't remember your name, aren't you?
Yes.
I can't help it if I'm good.
Right. I'll be right back, and then you can go about doing that.
Cutscene. You guys leave. As soon as you're your shot,
Wait a minute, how about
she looks back at
You don't wanna
Guinevere and goes, "So, Lady Guinevere, it's well known in certain circles that you might be having a problem getting it going. Getting what going? A baby. Yes. I can help you with that.
Oh, God.
No one ever has to know." And Lady Guinevere leans close and goes, "I wouldn't let a player like you touch me if it was the last thing I did. And I know exactly what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be very kind and not tell my husband you tried to rape me." He suddenly looks stricken with horror.
Arthur had a mean streak about that.
And then she touches him on the cheek and goes, "But since you want to be so useful and there's no one around, you can do something for me if you'll be my little bitch."
Good grief.
And there's the clue we were looking for.
Yeah, did you catch it?
Oh yeah, she used a very
Player.
modern colloquialism.
So,
And I knew it.
you all go looking.
And that's the reason I wanted her out of the tent, because I wanted to tell her what happened.
All right, so you guys are out of the tent talking.
Very quiet, very quietly, and almost here. Not in, Morgana got around. Not important. I saw a book on the table, a modern book.
Ooh.
Modern paper, gilt edging, modern cover. Okay? And when I went over to look at it and pick it up, all of a sudden Guinevere is right there in the way and holding up a Bible in the way, and the book is gone.
Okay.
So Guinevere is the bitch we're looking for.
Right. Now what do we do?
Haven't a clue, but we need to get your son back.
And
I mean the
fairy.
doctor
And the fairy queen.
and the fairy queen.
All right.
Because you know the doctor's not going to want to kill a fellow Time Lord. And if this guy's as psycho as River said, that's what it's going to come down to. Better the fairy does it than anybody else.
I go get the fairy. You go get the doctor. You're better at distraction if he needs one.
The fairies
Good
are
point.
still with you.
Well, the fairy queen.
One of them will go get her.
Oh, well,
Remember, they gave you a pair of fairy bodyguards.
that's true.
But
So
we can't have Guinevere killed by a fairy where everybody can see, though. This
They
has
can
to be
turn
done
invisible.
quietly and subtly. And if she's been alone with Guinevere long enough that people will be suspicious of her.
Okay.
So this has to be done with tact.
So the fairy touches you. You forgot their telepathic, didn't you?
Yeah.
The queen bee says, "What is it I can do for you?"
Zip.
Wait.
Yeah.
We need to get Guinevere as the dreamer we're looking for, but we can't kill her publicly or even quietly. She has to just disappear.
Then she had to replace somebody who's already here, or
Yes.
the people in the story would notice.
Exactly. We need to find the original.
Agreed.
The simple task is turning more complicated as it keeps going on.
When does it not?
It's the doctor.
And I still
effect.
haven't killed the dragon.
It's the doctor. effect.
So you wander around, and you eventually, as you have people handing you food and stuff, as you walk through the camp, come to where the doctor and author are talking. They're all on horses. The doctor is riding a little pony. The poor pony is bowing under the weight of the adult man on it.
Oh, I don't know. The doctor weighs maybe 140 pounds wet.
But the point is, it's a pony designed to lift like a 50, 60-pound child.
Oh, I think the pony can
At
handle it.
most 50 or 60 pounds
Oh,
of
the
child.
pony can handle it.
So the poor pony's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck," right?
A pony can handle it. The pony's just not going to be happy about it.
So, and they're all talking about the battle, what's going on. And the doctor can help point out, well, if you bring them here and make this kind of wedge formation, they'll crossfire if they're posed and everything. Arthur's like, "Wow, your mother's taught you a lot at such a young age." "I'm a prodigy, sir."
Hey, Arthur, Mordred, hello.
They're right back over.
Would you mind if I borrowed my son back for a bit?
Not at all. I must say, sister, you are very fortunate to have such a beautiful and handsome and intelligent son. I don't wish to insult you, but who's the boy's father? He should be as proud and accoladed as well. This man has the making of a fine knight. Boom.
It's a
The doctor actually kind of puffs up when he hears that. I have the makings of a knight. Hear that?
It's a long story, Your Majesty.
It's a long story, and honestly, I can't remember which one it was. So I'll get back to you on that as soon as I can remember.
Leaving Arthur and Kay and whoever else is there dumbfounded. Kay 10's still standing there. Arthur turns to Lancelot and goes, she doesn't realize what she just admitted to in public. And Lancelot goes, Avalon. It's a different world. Of course, Avalon, different world. Got it. Where's this Avalon again? Somewhere in France.
The French. It's always the French.
What if there actually is an Avalon, France?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it's the French. It's always the French. It's a very French thing.
I thought it was an island of apples where Glastonbury is. Oh, no. That happens later. But, so.
Different Avalon.
Yeah. So, you all get secured with the doctor. The doctor's like, what did you discover?
It's Guinevere. Whoever the Time Lord has replaced Guinevere.
Huh.
Yep. Knew she was too good to be true.
And they had to brief her on how the machinery operates or she wouldn't be able to dream it and make it happen.
Yes, well, I found a modern book on her table, and the second she noticed I noticed the book, all of a sudden she's there reading from a period Bible.
Probably the operations manual.
Mm-hmm.
Book probably also has a transmitter in it so she can make changes.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that because of the way Time Lord technology works, that not even really a book. So.
Now, why would you assume that?
Because when it comes to your technology, I've noticed something about Gallifreyan.
Of course it's a book. It just happens to have a computer in every page.
Yes, well, like I said, when it comes to Gallifreyan crap, it never actually works like it looks.
All right. So now we know who. Dr. Sisko, she would have had to replace somebody.
Exactly. We have the faeries out looking for the original. If she's still alive, we can do a switch, and nobody will be the wiser.
I'm going to say something that's going to sound very possibly sexist and cruel, but the Guinevere that we saw wasn't exactly something a troubadour would celebrate.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. Nobody ever insults royalty.
So she must have some device upon her that makes her look like the person she replaced.
I'm
Which
assuming that.
we can't see because we're linked up to the telepathic net of the TARDIS that uses a similar frequency.
I'm assuming that.
We need to get someone who doesn't have a hollow disc, a hollow projector on them, to describe what this girl looks like to us so we know who it is we're looking for that she replaced.
That shouldn't be hard.
A portrait.
What?
I got this. He walks to the tent. Excuse me, he says in a little boy voice. Larkin comes out. Yes? And he looks a little flustered because you guys are walking for a little bit. Guys, make an observation roll.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he got laid. I know, he's just natural 20.
No.
He's flustered, he's sweating, he's nervous, and he has this look of shame on his face.
You've been served, haven't you?
Sorry, I'm just testing
Yes?
the die because it doesn't want to.
Can I spend some time cooking, please? My mommy sent me. She wants me to be safe with what do you say, auntie? Yes, with Auntie Guinevere.
But technically, yeah. she's
Certainly.
happy.
The doctor comes on in and he whispers back to you guys. I will find the device that hides her looks. Get someone to describe it to me. Here's how we're going to do it. Auntie, yes, Mordred. Do you have a painter? Of course I have a court painter. Why? We're getting ready to paint the battle as it takes place. We're taking notes. Well, we still have some hours before the battles. Perhaps the painter could sketch out a portrait to fill in later. I'd like to have a portrait of you, Auntie.
Nice.
Certainly, Mordred. She seems completely charmed. And you actually all get the sensation she picks what she perceives to be the little boy up. And because of the way the hollow projector works, to her it is a little boy. She holds him and puts him on her knee as such.
Again, an image I'm going to use.
And he supports his weight so she doesn't get the weight difference. Just like this, the painter comes in, he starts sketching. He starts sketching out this girl who's like extremely refined, angled features, very chiseled look to her. You guys now have enough to go on to actually find out where the other Guinevere is and who she replaced.
Yeah, well, like I said, quickest thing to do if you find a page that normally serves the court, because A, pages are invisible, nobody pays attention to them. B, pages see and hear everything. And C, if I find a really nerdy one that likes action chicks, they'll tell me anything I want to know. That males have not changed in 10,000 years.
Mommy, Auntie, is this your saint's medallion? Yes. Which saint is that? Saint Bridget. Oh, yes, Bridget. He kisses the medallion. You're so cute. Now, they're going to be sitting there for a while. This guy sketches and starts painting. So.
Okay. I'm going to go looking for the original.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me another observation rolls, both of you.
Finally.
We need to tell Kanon to keep an eye on Lachlan. He's up to something.
She had something up a little bit ago.
No, I think there's more to it than that. He made.
25.
Think about it. This guy is such a player that he makes him out to be. Why would he be ashamed about banging the queen?
True.
Maybe she's not the one who got banged.
Oh, you mean he got used?
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying what occurred. We'll leave it to your dark, twisted imaginations.
And mine's pretty dark and twisted.
But I will say this is not a family show.
Alrighty.
25.
Okay.
There we go. That worked. 18 plus 10. So 28.
You come across the girl who is obviously Guinevere, working as a scullery maid. Something's been done to her. She's got on like a nun's habit, and she's just kind of like vacant. There is a temporal anomaly and intellectual signal all around her head.
The habit.
So, do we just take it off?
Not just yet, because it raised way too many questions.
There's a mind control band in the habit.
Think about it. When you read these stories, how do you expose an imposter?
In public, at a feast.
Yes, in big, fine, Technicolor Hollywood 1950s style.
Right, so we gotta get both of them in there together and...
At the after battle feast.
So we gotta kill the dragon first and then take
Well,
the
of course we gotta kill the dragon first. That's exactly why I'm planning it this way.
Okay,
I admit that I'm selfish at this, in this part.
well...
I haven't killed a dinosaur in almost a year.
I suppose we could just, leave her be. She went... Wait, no, one of the fairies. We get one of the fairies to go invisible and keep an eye on her so nothing happens to her.
Yeah, remember.
Good plan. The fairies who are still invisible beside you, you hear one of them put her hand, clawed, on your shoulder, and she thinks to you, of course I'll take care of the girl.
Nicely.
We like girls.
And I'm not touching that. And
That's also in the Trojan Webs. Apparently they can only do the conversion process to something that's female.
Oh, okay.
no conversions.
Of course not. We don't have a forest.
Leave her perfectly human and alive and intact and no brain fucking.
All right. So what do you guys do now?
Well, now we know where the queen is and we got the situation in hand. Let's go kill some people.
Well, kill some people.
You need to keep an eye on the doctor.
I'll keep an eye on the doctor.
You know why, don't you?
Because he's my little brat right now.
Not only that, but we know how the doctor is when he meets a Time Lord. He starts trying to save them.
Right, so...
And we know the Time Lord's going to show up because we know that the Time Lord always seems to figure out when plans are going south. Because therefore the Dreamer will be showing up within about, 20 minutes.
Alright, I'll
Give
keep
me
an
a
eye on him and he'll, one... And you'll do, dragon slaying. And
Exactly. You just keep an eye on the doctor and make sure he doesn't try to get all warm and fuzzy with the Time Lord when he shows up. Because we know how this is going to work out. He's going to try and save the guy. Which means more people are going to die than need be.
It's going to be difficult, because he's stubborn.
Yes. But once we can unleash the fairies on the bastard, or bitch, the problem will be solved.
True enough.
Also, we need to make sure the fairies don't actually kill the imposter queen, because she's just a tool. This is one where I will agree with the doctor on.
True enough.
Because we know how Time Lords can screw with people's heads.
True enough.
Because the doctor screws with ours plenty.
I don't know not sure if I'm going to agree with that one.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
How long are you saying you're not going to go into the TARDIS again after this?
A whole week.
And how long do you actually think that's going to be?
A whole week.
Uh-huh. And when was the last time you made a similar promise? How long did it last?
I've never made a similar promise before.
Think about how many times you said that the doctor is not going to talk me into doing this again. Or
I
doing
haven't had
that.
that
And
happen
how many times does the
before.
doctor keep talking you into doing things?
It's not like he
Think
talks
about
me
it.
into it.
Think about it. You even tried to kiss him.
I did not try to kiss him.
Alright, well, he tried to kiss you, but you didn't fight very hard, did you?
Well, if you had a big old handsome attractive man like that kissing you, would you exactly go fighting it?
Yes.
Well, you're not. They're a woman now, so it doesn't exactly not necessarily gonna work that way.
You really got to replay back this conversation. You really
I will
missed out
later. I will
some-
later.
You really missed out some good stuff.
I will take care of it later. All right. So
But basically, I'm sending her to keep an eye on the doctor because we know how the doctor is. The second the Time Lord shows up, and he will show up about 20 minutes from now, the doctor's going to try and save his soul, which means more people will die than necessary. Okay? Which means we have to keep the doctor alive and the Time Lord and out of the way until the Time Lord can be killed by the faeries, which is our basic plan. We don't want the doctor to know about that because he'll get pissed. Then we have to make sure that the Guinevere imposter doesn't die because I actually agree with the doctor on this one. She's just a tool. So she really doesn't deserve to die.
all right. So let me get this straight. What we're doing here. We're killing the dinosaur.
No, I'm going to kill the dinosaur. That's a given. We're going to kill the Time Lord
Okay.
because he's a psycho, and we can't permit him to live. But we know how the doctor is. He'll try and save the Time Lord's soul.
Okay.
And which means human beings in the sidelines will end up dead as usual while he's trying to save this guy's soul. Because that's just the doctor's modus operandi.
She's just gonna go to the doctor.
All right, so-
Keep an eye on him.
You take off.
And because I know her, she does not like women who try to seduce people. She
You
does not
pick up
like
Mordred
competition.
from Guinevere. He whispers, "Did we find her?"
Yes, we do. And
Yes,
she
we did.
has her own invisible security detail.
It's the Saint's medallion.
I figured as much.
We can short it out with a sonic screwdriver. That won't be a problem.
God, the other Guinevere's got like a little temporal thing as well as a mind control thing on her habit.
Genius.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go off and kill a dragon.
Let me see your sonic screwdriver specs about it. Takes a look at your readings. Not Gallifreyan.
Oh! Huh.
Okay,
Nice.
whoa, before I leave the tent. Not Gallifrey?
The mind control device isn't Gallifreyan. It's
Where's
Sontaran.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely.
Good.
Could just
So-
could just be pirated.
Yeah, but does that mean we may encounter Sonatarans on the other side? Because we already have a dragon, why not?
Sontaran would look like a dwarf or an imp or some kind of goblin from the time period.
Yeah, so if I see a goblin or an imp or some other dwarf type thing, it's probably Mr. Potato Head.
And I hit him on the back of the neck.
Yes, and how many of these soldiers know that?
None of them. We won't be able to hit it because it'll be wearing armor over top of it.
Yeah.
I realize this is going to seem out of sort, but if there is a Sontaran here, has either been forgotten about and is mad, is a mercenary Sontaran, which is a truly scary concept considering how honor-bound and duty-bound and hive-minded they are, or is the scout for an invasion. Earth will not be able to beat them back at this point in its history.
Yeah, there's no more
We need to
room.
kill it.
Yeah, there's no more.
You both are a little shocked at what he just said.
No, when it comes to the threats to Earth, he usually is pretty ruthless. So no, I'm not shocked.
All right, let's go take care of it then.
I don't expect him to be like this with the Silurians because they're actually from Earth. So, but aliens, oh yeah. All right.
You see Arthur getting ready up to go out with the herald. We're meeting the opposing king.
Ah, cool.
His knights all start lining up with him. The doctor looks around, makes sure no one's watching. Ducks behind a crate, does something with the cube, comes out, and he's Merlin.
Ah, good. About time you made the appearance.
Fine.
Does he have the silver skull cat?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, good. Because I like that version. I saw the movie.
My king, he says. Everyone's supposed. Merlin!
It's Merlin.
I have been busy with affairs of state protecting your realm from sorcerous interactions, and I fear another one is upon you in this battle. Please allow us to accompany you and protect you from all harms and maladies in the evil eye. As always, Merlin, they bring horses for you guys to ride. As you guys pass the pony he was riding before, the pony kind of turns its head towards him, turns back, and you can almost hear the equine brain saying, "Oh, thank God!" You get on top of the horses. The doctor suddenly goes, "What?" and leans forward. "Oh, yes." "What's that?" The horse says he's eager to do his duty for his king. Very patriotic, this one. And that's when both of you have a weird sensation. Both of you roll a die 20. RV is 10. Since you are touching the animal,
Ooh, nice.
Yes,
I got an
very
18
nice.
on the day.
you both hear your horses say something like, "Let's get those sons of bitches." And they say it in very proud British, British bulldog accents.
Raped your wife, didn't they?
Nope. Horses, being a herd animal, get patriotic just like anybody else.
Yeah, I'm just, these are Saxons, barbarians after all. There's no telling what they shagged.
Yes, you just heard a horse say something to you.
Just roll with it.
Everything changed when I started traveling with you. Everything changed.
Like I said, you can't say no, can you?
So you're right out there. You ride out. The Saxons all come walking out because they're not on horseback.
Of course.
This being Lamar Day Arthur, that part of history is completely abandoned. Because there'd be guys on horses too on their side, but nope. And down flies the dragon. It lands, and on its back is a squat, short thing. The huge armor piece.
There we were.
There's Mr. Potato Head.
It slides off the dragon, hands the reins to a squire who holds it. It comes out, takes off its helmet, and you see all the knights with you go, "Oh my God, Merlin, what manner of beast is this?"
It's Mr. Potato Head.
And Merlin says, "Clearly we face some dwarf from the netherworld." "Yes, clearly," says the Sontaran. "I don't know what brought you here, but I recognize you. Your hollow cubes will not disguise you to my eyes."
Oh, good. That means Mr. Potato Head...
"Hollow cube?" Arthur asks. "A sorcerer's incantation I cast upon myself to protect myself." "What are you doing here?" "Conquering." "It was very fortunate of me that I landed upon this plain, already primed for battle and glory. Yes, I realize my troops are primitive, backward, barely civilized apes." And the knights are kind of nodding and then go, "Wait a minute, the Saxon king is talking down his own men. But they'll do in a pinch. I'm here early, before the rest of the fleet. I can make my mark, my glory, and I can say I did it with this. No grand army, this moggly, ragamuffin band of brigands."
You're
Merlin,
supposed to
can I
come
kill
back
him
and
now?
talk about that, talk about you like that, you know.
They are all the way over there. We're meeting on neutral ground. Nobody can hear this conversation.
Merlin, can I kill him now?
Not yet.
Can I kill a dragon now?
Not yet.
I want his head on my wall.
So, tell me, how did you come by your mount? "Ah, yes. Do you like her?" Pats the thing's scaly neck. "This is Bright Flame. I named her myself. Very original."
It's a sonatarran. It doesn't...
"I'm a military man, doctor, not a poet."
Strange. Most military men from my planet are poets.
The doctor nudges you and kind of touches you and telepathically sends to you, "These things all genetically are programmed to like us because we were there when we saved their lives. All one of us has to do is go over there and touch that thing. We take away their dragon."
I've always wanted a pet.
Arthur Pendragon means chief of dragons.
Alright.
I've always wanted a pet.
Should I get Arthur to touch it? Or I'm supposed to, or who?
One of us. Probably you. You're the queen. It might come up better. Yes, well, before the battle begins,
That's not fair.
I'm honor bound to give you a chance to surrender.
Besides, I'm a man and woman's body. I'm the
You wish to surrender to me? I accept. "Merlin, this isn't how this goes," says Arthur. Well, Arthur, the Merlin, and the Sontaran are all talking. What are you two doing?
She's gonna edge towards the dragon.
I'm pissed because I'm the guy that's the opposite sex in the wrong body.
Stealth
I'm
roll?
the queen here.
Stealth roll.
I'm the real queen.
Ooh. Let's see if she.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, I do my ninja thing.
17.
26.
21.
21. Okay.
26. I do the ninja thing.
Nobody notices you two guys moving on the flanks.
We're guys now.
And pretty soon you're out of the Sontaran's vision because
They don't
the big
have-
potato head.
Yeah, they don't have they don't have peripheral vision.
You guys go over to the dragon. The dragon sees you both coming. It kind of shakes its head one way and then the other.
Nice, petty. Nice pet.
You touch it and you hear in your head,
ancestor.
you smell different.
I didn't have time for deodorant this morning.
And I knew your ancestors.
It doesn't recognize you because of regeneration.
Mm-hmm.
But it recognizes her. And it goes, you're one of the saviors.
Yeah.
You saved us from the Daleks.
Yeah, and my partner's over there, and the doctor's over there.
I didn't get on the ship in time. I've been sleeping all this time.
Oh,
He
wait a
promised
minute.
me he could get me home.
Wait a minute.
He probably won't.
You got left behind? We were told nobody got left behind.
Some of us didn't quite make it.
That's not right.
We ought to get you together and send you with the others went off too.
Would you?
Yeah, we could try.
I thought this one was rogue.
So,
Mm.
he lied to me?
Yeah,
He's
lying to
a
you.
Sontaran. All he wants to do is kill stuff.
Oh. You see the head rear up behind it?
Your Majesty, you may want to dodge.
Well, actually, hey, Arthur, would you mind taking a step back for a minute?
What? Whoosh! And the Sontaran's like, why are you, yes, bow in fear of... Ah!
All right, now I have to make a roll.
Your reputation as a sorceress is now firmly established because all these knights just saw you charm that dragon.
And I got to make a roll.
Okay?
I got to make a roll to figure out if I do shoot this guy and put him out of his misery or just sit back and cackle.
He's running around going, ah! Ah! Ah!
Ah, I'll kill him.
Okay.
He took his helmet off, which is so convenient. And I rolled a natural 19, so I just stab him in the back of the neck and kill him real fast.
All right, I'll allow that. Arthur says to his knights, quick, while they're disorganized! And he brings out claret. The bright shining light comes up. Suddenly, his army just surges forward. And the Saxons are like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And they make a very bad shield wall. And the rest of the battle pretty much is pretty predictable. I mean, I was thinking about this. No organized defense.
No leadership.
No leadership.
No.
And you guys have a fucking dragon.
Oh, yeah, and we just killed their invincible chief.
Yeah.
In one blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much toast.
Okay.
They're going to crack
So,
that shield.
I'm not going to bother to detail the battle. It goes on for about an hour as you mop up all the survivors and kill all the Saxons.
Every single fucking one.
And as you're doing that, some of the Saxons have survived and surrendered. You look, and over at the henge, a group of them has retreated that way and are holding the henge.
Oh,
Where River was.
great.
Gentlemen, just leave the ones at the hinge alone. They'll be taken care of. I don't want to deny River her fun.
Sweetie, you hear over intercom. Yes, dear. Yes, former darling of mine. You might want to get over here. The Centurion has been incapacitated, and there's some people trying to steal the cube.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good grief. It's one thing after another. Hey, Dragon, would you mind giving us a ride over there?
Not at all. So you pop on. You're
Yeah.
the dragon there. You're flying by. And as you come by, the fairies come up, and they all like are flying next to you. Like we weren't sure what to do because we weren't sure what the things here. You told us not to kill any humans. You look and you see they've got a pair of elephants. Where they got elephants from, you have no idea. And they've got a pair of elephants
Trying to pull the cube
hooked
out.
up to the cube, trying to haul the cube through the hallway.
Dragon, are we hungry?
Whoosh! He whooshes and he swoops on one of the elephants. Boom!
It's like that.
Well, what else do
balcony
we have
sound.
around here that can take out an elephant?
So we're on the back.
So, needless to say, you guys have a surprise round. The doctor says to the fairies, remember how I said don't kill humans? Yeah. Just kill all the ones wearing the wrong uniform. To the point where they pass out.
Kill them to the point where they pass out. Does that even make any sense?
And the fairies are like, you mean we can just play jokes on people and not kill them? Yes. A new tradition, they all say gleefully. And the doctor goes, oh, fuck, what have I done?
But that was funny. We were both thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time, both times. We can play jokes on, yes. New tradition. That means we can, oh, shit.
So you see guys suddenly like being blown off their feet. Some kind of go blind. Some start vomiting rose petals.
Gentlemen, let me broaden your minds.
Okay.
And I start killing people, since I can.
And then you see the death ray. Zap! As a fairy dies to it. Zap!
Where's that coming from?
Eradicate!
Oh,
Eradicate!
You've
Shit.
got to be kidding me!
Fairies, that is not human.
There is a Dalek.
Where'd that come from?
Who the hell knows? Whenever the writers get bored, a Dalek shows up.
The doctor, still on dragon back, points the dragon at the Dalek and goes, breathe, baby, breathe! Whoosh! The Dalek is a little flamed, but does not appear harmed, as the force screen dissipates the energy. But the dragon keeps breathing on it to keep the Dalek busy. Because while the Dalek's running that force screen, it's not going to fire.
Yeah.
Could you...
Let me ask you a question. The force screen, can it be affected by electromagnetic forces?
Not sure, depends what model and what time. He looks quickly at the Dalek in the flames and goes, and I've never seen that one before, which is really scary.
Question. If we cannot affect the screen itself, can we move the Dalek and the screen?
It should still have tactile force. Blunt force will work.
So, if we get the fairies really pissed off enough at it, we can send it either A, into the center of the Earth, or B, into orbit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try
Let's be creative.
A bunch of fairies simply, hearing your play go, they all latch on it, they start to fly it up, trying to affect it. The Dalek, being able to fly, kind of spins and throws them off, and is now fighting the fairies and the dragon at the same time. The Dalek then starts trying to shoot you guys. Give me dodge rolls.
Lovely.
I don't know, this is ad hoc. This is the part of the adventure I got up to. I was trying to figure out how to make flow, and I'm trying to finish writing it. Zap, zap. The Dalek's only got 14s.
I got an 18 plus my dodge, which is... Where is my dodge anyway?
Well, the mat's safe, but I think the girl's been hit.
I haven't dodged in a while.
I only got a 4.
Uh-oh. That's not
You
good.
take 4 points of damage. It's a low power blast. You get grazed.
So if it's a low-powered blast,
So
it's one of the earlier models then, likely.
Or just because it's putting so much power into the screen because it's getting hit by a lot of stuff.
Okay, I got a +4 on
The doctor's action, he goes, all right, problem. We can't let them get the cube. It's trying to move the
+8.
cube. Solve moving the cube. Looks. Oh, look. There's a big chain on the elephant. Betsy! Chain. Slags the chain. The elephant, scared by the noise, goes running and runs right towards the TARDIS.
That's not good. It's going to hurt the elephant.
Okay. Now at this point, the surprise is over. I need initiatives. Oh, the doctor goes last. The elephant goes first. This is the round that River shows back up.
And I got a 10.
I got 3.
3.
10.
You're first person to act.
Crap, I got nothing that can hurt a Dalek.
Yeah, you do. Last time we fought these things, you figured out where that screen does not protect, and it's up in the air right now.
Oh shit, yeah. It's not protected from the bottom.
Nope.
And I got a gun that will punch right through
Yep.
the plate. It's like I said, it's been a while since I played.
But I remind you, 'cause that's exactly what happened in the Dragon Adventure.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to shoot it in the ass.
All right, first thing I need you to make a running roll to move yourself in the proper position to get the shot. That's what you spend your first round doing.
Okay.
The RV for that is actually 20 because you have to move through this big fight that's going on.
Okay. Yeah. Athletic roll is not going to be that great. It's only a 12.
Oof. You fail to get into position this turn. Next action, you have to try it again. The elephant. The elephant goes, boom, and it disappears into the TARDIS.
Oh, great. Now we gotta get that out of there.
Oh, great. She's going to be pissed.
Okay. Let's worry about Dumbo later, says River. She shows up, guns blazing. Then it's... The Daleks go. The Dalek starts torching more fairies left and right. The doctor will die. The doctor will die. Eradicate. Eradicate. Fairies are dropping left and right. Your go.
She doesn't really have anything that can affect a Dalek.
Yeah, it's not a screwdriver.
K10 says, Mistress, perhaps you should retreat to the TARDIS.
Great, so I get to handle Dumbo.
I will go with you. I probably think the Pachyderm will be the least of our problems.
You know, you do have, K10 does have a laser on his nose, and he can shoot at Dalek.
Oh, he could shoot at the Dalek, and I can go in there and...
Because, you know, this thing is killing the fairies left and right. We need to
The
really...
reason why I haven't had K10 do that is because K10 realizes his laser is not powerful enough to affect the field.
True, but it can keep the Dalek distracted and from killing more fairies.
Well, the Doctor's going to put the dragon back at the Dalek again this turn. Make that happen instead.
Okay, so let's handle the elephant and get the TARDIS, you know,
Okay?
ready for...
I am not scooping out what's left.
We can look it in the pool.
Okay.
Good stuff, TARDIS.
That's right, the TARDIS has a pool.
So you're running to the TARDIS?
Yeah, go.
Give me a running roll, also RV20. The Doctor points the dragon breath back at the Dalek, but the Dalek, getting smart to it, does something. You hear a high-pitched whine, and the dragon kind of like shudders and hits the ground as some kind of dart entered its body.
Oh, lovely.
A toxin of some kind.
At 19.
You have a partial success. You will get to the TARDIS, but you'll not be able to open the door until next turn.
Okay.
Your action again.
Well, that time I did it. Easily.
You're in position. You're not in position for the shot on the next turn.
Okay.
River, seeing what you're doing, goes, "Hey, tin can!" She's keeping the Dalek busy. See how well she does that. The Dalek rolled a total of 5 to resist, so she does it quite well. While the Dalek's focused on her, and everyone's trying to rip at it and destroy it, what do?
Get inside the TARDIS.
You slam inside the TARDIS. The first thing you notice is the TARDIS has got warning alarms going all over. Temporal anomalies, and all around the area, around the hinge, there are various pockets where time is not flowing correctly.
Oh,
When the Daleks tried to move that crate out, they did something to the local space-time area.
Oh, great. How do we fix this?
A pulse from my engines should be able to reestablish temporal stability.
Okay, let's do it then. Where's Dumbo, by the way?
I am an operating system. You are a pilot. Perhaps you should do something.
What do you think I'm trying to do here?
Kitchen mode.
Why TARDIS roll?
As she probably
Simple engine pulse, RV10.
As she
Oh,
probably
yeah,
blows
10 on
up.
the die.
Boom! You
Yes.
pulse, things stabilize temporarily.
Yeah, well, as she blows up the Earth. Let's. Well, come on, let's face facts.
Your gunshot on the next round, I'll
9
give it to
times
you
out of 10
automatically.
when your tech rolls are made.
You fire?
Yep.
Alright.
And it's good. It's
You have-
very good.
Give me your total.
22. If I remember correctly. Yeah, 22. It's plus 10. Yeah, 22.
You have a legendary success. Roll your gun plus 3 extra dice.
Let's see. 8. And 9. That's 17. Plus 3 more dice.
Mm-hmm.
And 11. And a 3.
14 and 17 makes 41.
Mm-hmm. Or something close to that. I don't know.
17 and 14, right?
17 and 14, yeah.
Be 20. No, it's a 30. It's a 31. If I have it right in my head. I think so. 31.
31.
Yeah, the Dalek explodes. You see green go-go, the thing hits the ground. Boom! And it's got enough time to go, no. No. The masterminds cannot fail.
This thing is, these Daleks have something of a group intelligence, right?
They share information that necessarily have a group intelligence.
Okay.
They are individuals.
Yeah, I understand that. I said that they do share a mind, so to speak, in the sense of they instantly share information.
They've never really said how big the communication net is. I'm assuming that's planetary. So all Daleks the same planet or roughly planetary system might be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But this Dalek here is not transmitting its data to any other Dalek. It's here alone.
That's what I was worried about. Okay, we're good then.
So the Doctor pats the head of the dragon. I'm so sorry. And it dies.
Oh, great.
Oh, fuck. That makes me feel a little depressed.
He walks over to the Dalek while it's still alive. Makes its eye stalk look at him. Why are you here, right? The masterminds cannot fail. This can't be happening. Huh. Sonic Screwdriver looks at it, and his eyebrows shoot up.
Okay, what did I kill this time?
Oh, that's disturbing.
Okay, what's disturbing?
Cool.
This Dalek doesn't have any link to a Dalek hive.
Yeah, it's all by itself.
It's a rogue.
It's
Dalek rogues. A Dalek criminal.
Okay, that's a very scary concept.
Okay.
You can't stop us.
Well, I just did.
Doctor looks at you a little annoyed.
What?
Turns to the fairies. Right. End of the big blue box. He goes up to the big crate, touches some buttons. It kind of comes up. He puts it back in position. He looks at the Centurion, rolls him over. It's still operating correctly. A couple of tears, nothing he can't fix. Sonic Screwdriver him back together. Looks at all the other evidence. Starts collecting it, throwing it into various parts of the TARDIS. For the next hour, you guys are cleaning up.
Okay.
And then you all get in. He closes the door. He's like, River, I'm going to drop you off at prison. But, sweetie, at prison. He flies to her prison, drops her off. He then drops the ferries off at Cardiff. Recharges the TARDIS's engines.
We still have a queen
imposter
to worry about.
He goes, you're right, we have an imposter to take care of. You guys appear at the feast afterward. He hides the blue box like a tent again, just like he did in the former episode. You see the thing in full swing. There's Guinevere by Arthur. Everyone's recounting. They have the skull of the dragon up above Arthur's throne now.
Yeah, he took credit for that, didn't he?
Of course he did. He's a medieval warlord. Duh! And you know what? The Doctor's like, let him have his day.
Yeah, well, I just think Morgana had to get credit for this one. Anyways.
Everyone saw her write it. Let him have the fun of killing it. Besides, they don't think it's two different beasts.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get the real Guinevere over here. And let's do the whole big production thing of unmasking the criminal and then being prepared for a pissed off town lord to show up and try to kill us all.
The Doctor steps in. Friends, attendees, may I have your attention, please? While he's got them all focused on him, what are you doing?
Going to find the real Guinevere.
And I'm prepared.
She is serving drinks.
And I am prepared for a very pissed off town lord to show up.
Okay. So you're by her.
Yeah, ready to.
My lord, the battle is not quite over, for amongst you there is still a spy of the sorceress infidels.
Yeah, because an artist hates when his work gets screwed with.
Name this spy, Merlin. Merlin points at the queen. Blasphemy! Heresy! Traitor! I am none of those things. He takes a sonic screwdriver, he hits something, her thing shorts out. Behold, I release you from her glamour. She suddenly looks normal, she's like, oh no! They're like, what? And Arthur's like repulsed. He jumps up 2 yards to the other side.
I didn't think you could do that. In full plate, no less.
All right? And then you reveal the real Guinevere?
Yes.
The band shorts out, you take her habit off. I was like, Lady Guinevere. She's like, what happened? What's going on? Why am I not dressed in my proper attire?
I'll explain later. It'll be a nice long story.
Yeah, just don't explain the Bible to me again.
Arthur goes, what sorcery is this, Merlin? Sorcery of the worst and foulest kind, but never fear. I will take Nimue.
I was right on that one. Damn, I'm good.
With me, and imprison her far away from you where she will be of no trouble to you whatsoever.
You're going to try and reform her, aren't you?
Of course I'll reform her and release her back into the court. Because according to the story, Merlin disappears with Nimue, and then she comes back, and she's the most helpful person Arthur's ever had.
Yeah. Can we just kill a Time Lord for once?
She's not a Time Lord.
Oh, okay.
They gave you her. Farewell, my liege. I have things to do to protect your realm against sorceress incantations. blah, 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 blah. You're now safely in the TARDIS. He sits the girl down.
Wiggly wobbly woolly time thing. Okay, let's go.
Look, it's not like I meant to harm anybody. It's just I showed up and suddenly this nice man said that I could have anything I wanted, and I really liked those stories. You see, the book she has is actually Le Morte d'Arthur.
That's what I thought.
And there's operating systems all throughout. And he's like, yep, it's a link to the machine.
Well, the full plate mail and everything else kind of gave it away.
It also has like chapters from Mary Zimmer Bradley's Mists of Avalon. Burns me to say that. It has Once a Future King.
Mind you, I love the concept of the novel, just the ending sucks.
I love the idea of the novel. That last chapter made me hate her for all time.
The miniseries was actually better.
Yes. Okay. In the Mists of Avalon, the whole book, brief tangent, is told from Morgan Le Fay's point of view. It's Le Morte d'Arthur told from Morgan Le Fay's point of view. And everything in it makes you sympathize with her situation and why she is a villain. And then the very last chapter, if she's done all this to destroy her family, destroy the kingdom, she gives up everything she ever believed in, becomes a nun, becomes a good little Catholic Christian nun. Because the Virgin Mary is obviously just the goddess in another form.
Oh.
It's not even that bugged me about the last
I actually physically took the book, and when I read that, threw it across the room.
It wasn't even that much that burned. It was the whole thing of how they turned Mordred from a fairly decent guy into a raving psycho
Yes.
in less than 3 pages.
And Guinevere being a duplicitous, evil slut from hell, that one really didn't stick well with me either.
Yeah, that didn't do well.
Because she's willing to let Arthur die to have Lancelot. I mean, she feels kind of bad about it, but she's willing to let it happen.
Yeah, I also thought. Again, the miniseries was better when it came to the miniseries. Actually made Guinevere sympathetic.
Yes. So.
And you know what's really scary? The Doctor and Thomas both would have watched that and read it.
Anyway, go.
Anyways, yeah.
Come back. We'll reconvene when you come back. Wow, this short session is starting in almost 3 hours. Give me a kiss.
3 hours?
Yes, it is.
Oh. Watch it.
No one could see. Ow. I love you too. Let me pause that real quick. Okay, so back in session. So, Dutch says, who gave you this? Some kind of old guy. Had a monocle.
Oh, Jesus.
That would be the fracture.
And a handlebar mustache, I take it as well.
No. He did have a top hat, though.
Oh, at least
The doctor kind of rolls his eyes.
At least he wasn't totally cliche. No offense, Doctor, but you Time Lords have a tendency to be very cliche.
I have no idea what you mean, says the suave Italian-dressed man. So, what shall we do with her?
Well, she likes being Nimoy. Let her be Nimoy.
We can't put her back there.
Okay, then what else? Then what are we going to do? Because Nimoy has to show up again. And I'm not going there. I'm sorry. I want running water.
He's going to know that his plan fell awry. We send her back there. He's just going to kidnap her, do something nasty to her, or kill her.
I'm not disputing that, which means we have to deal with him. There has to be a Nimoy. Correct?
Let's put her in a secure cell right now, and we will get some help on this one. Yes, I'm going to need help on this one. We need a lot of help on this one. He hits some controls, pulls a lever, and you're back talking to the rhinos. The door is open. The rhino guards are there. Cho, ro, bo, cho, bo, cho.
I hate the rhinos.
Doctor says back, cho, ro, bo, to, bo, to. They stand down. He explains the situation. They take the girl. Incidentally, honey, where are you from? I'm from, Dublin. What was the year when you left? 1984.
Oh, okay.
Gives us a starting point.
It's a good decade.
What date? It was in August, the 4th or the 5th, I think. I didn't really keep track. I just, try to get by.
What did you do?
You drink a lot, don't you? Are you saying something about being Irish?
Oi, watch it.
The rhinos take her away.
I'm not touching that one.
Dr. Hubb's back in the TARDIS and goes, so, Dublin, 1984, August 4th or 5th. She's not sure. He gives us time to have a feeling we forgot something.
Did we?
K9's in here.
We moved the fairies.
Move the fairies.
Took care of the queen.
Killed
Saved
the dragon.
Arthur. Saved the queen. Killed the dragon. Put the girl in holding. Investigate the new Time Lord. No, I'm sure it's fine. He hits a couple of switches. Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
You realize that's going to bug the crap out of me from now on.
And you're back. And he goes, we'll just take a little stop by London real quick. Ah, looks at the date. London, 2014. I still have that feeling we forgot something.
Yes.
Huh. He opens the doors and you're stepping out into an apartment.
Okay. Go make the bet.
He looks at the watch and he goes, yeah, my friend should be here any moment now.
Go make the bet.
What? Oh.
Thump, thump, thump. And the elephant goes walking past you into the room.
Oh.
Oh, that.
Then you hear someone coming up the steps.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
He grabs you, quick, gets into the room, slams the door, hits the controls.
We just fucked with somebody's...
Cutscene.
Did you just do the Sherlock
Cutscene.
episode?
Two guys walk into the room. One with long, kind of like frumpy black hair. One kind of short, looks a little bit like an otter. Looks a little bit like a hedgehog. Walks in, and they'll just kind of stop as they look at this elephant in an apartment. Sherlock. Yes, Watson. That's an elephant. Very astute observation, Watson. It's apparently not just an elephant. It's an elephant africana. It's an African elephant. You've memorized the kind of elephants. Oh, watch the Nature Channel, John. And that's where you'll end session. Give yourselves 300 XP each. Does the GM get a laugh?
You just had to find a way to put that in there, did you?
I did.
I had no problem.
That's what I've been laughing about all day. Way to get a reaction from you. No, we don't watch too much BBC. Not at all. You know what we're referring to, right?
Yes.
The case of the elephant in the apartment. I'm like, okay, I have to do something with that. Thank you guys. This has been the Silver Reaver Games test session for Doctor Whoverse. It is 2 hours and 31 minutes. Nice little Sherlock joke on the end. And we will see you on the flip side.